Hello everybody, good morning or good afternoon or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. I am sorry I'm late. I am absolutely definitely late. See if we can hang out a little longer at the end of the stream to make up for it. My excuse, if I was making excuses, which I would never do such a thing, is it's freaking cold outside. And I got worried about the hummingbirds because I checked my hummingbird feeder because I saw that they were visiting it, and I was like, oh, how much do you have left? And then I was like, oh, it's rock solid because it's -10 outside. You know, durr. So I brought it inside and I made a fresh batch and I defrosted it, and then I like wrapped a sock on it and set it out, and I'm gonna have to keep an eye on it to see how long it takes to freeze again before we have to do that again, because those birdies, they need me. They're hungry. It's chilly outside. Amen, thank you for the 18-month reset. Appreciate it very much. Also, Tannerine with 37 months. Happy Friday, Hazel and Chat. What's something positive that happened to you guys today? Hopefully the birdies find the juice now that it's been redone. I did, they are down one flower on the top of the feeder. I should probably replace the bird feeder. They're down a flower because it must have fallen out while we were cleaning it. And then Mr. Moose found it, and Mr. Moose chewed it into a bunch of pieces. So there's 2 flowers on top of the thing instead of 3, but I put those 2 on the on the outside edge. What if this is Moose telling me I need a heated hummingbird feeder for the birdies? Looks like it's the same temperature here as it is in Victoria. Yeah, it's -10, but then there's a wind chill because of like -10 Celsius, but there's a wind chill because it's pretty windy. It was really windy last night. Went for a walk with Mr. Moose yesterday, like, I don't know, 3, 4 o'clock, and it was snowing, and it was blowing wind, and it was, like, really cold. That's when I discovered that while all of my layers together are good, they're not, like, -20 wind chill good. We're fine. It's just, it's cold out there, man. Dinged 70 in my Tauren Shaman today. Congratulations. Away from Calgary, pretty chilly here. Feels like -46 with wind chill. That sucks. That's awful. I've come to realize that I could not. I could never. If you guys ever hear me saying, yo, you know what, maybe I should just move to the Yukon. Hazel, you don't like it when it's below like -5. It's about where I cap out. Oh, as soon as we get a wind chill involved, I'm not having fun anymore. I wanted to show you some new pets that I got yesterday. First of all, actually, I guess I can start with the mount. You like it? It's the Shadow Dusk Dreamsaber. This is the mount from the Raid Meta achievement, the for doing all of the different Amir Drusilla raid boss achievements. We had our little raid achievement run last night, and it was lots of fun, and we got them all done without any major distress, which was nice. They were pretty easy this time around, and it's a pretty Dreamsaber. And there's 2 pets that came from 2 of those achievements, and I'm so lucky to have had a group of people that were like doing them, and to have my guildie Machiko, occasional stream member as well, who was like leading it, because if I was left on my own to try to like organize this or figure it out, I would be up the creek. So we are looking at, first of all, Ivy. Ivy is a deer. This is from Lairdar. The achievement is that you have to heal up this little deer on the entranceway to Lairdar, and then she runs away from you, so you can chase her around by like running behind her, like one of those terrible sheep herding quests. And you need to rinse her a lot of times with the hose and then prevent her from dying. So you have to do things like herd her into the green thing and have everybody else be on the far side of it so she doesn't run away from them, so that she can survive like the transition. It looked awful. Shout out to Machiko for doing it. I had her focused and I tossed her healer too, but that one was mostly just happening around me. And she's basically as big as me. And then the other one, Sergeant. That's not how you spell. I actually don't know how to spell it. Mr. Quackers. Sergeant. S-E-R-G-E-A-N-T. Sergeant Quackers. Have you seen him? He is a militant duck. His helmet is but a tiny bucket with a tiny broom handle on it, and I would like to know where he got such a tiny bucket from, because he's like a little baby duck. I'm a gnome. I'm small. That's a little bucket. Maybe it was a gnome-sized bucket. He's from the Council of Dreams fight. there's an NPC of him on the side, and he's crying because he's lonely, and everybody in the raid needs to get turned into a duck while stacked on top of him. And then he's happy because he's not lonely anymore, and he retains his valor, and he charges into battle, and he fights the boss with you, which is really cute. He's like pecking at the bear. It's adorable. And actually, I think he might be whacking him with his little sword. And then at the end, you get the achievement, and you get the pet. So I have both of them. How is he holding a sword? Hopes and dreams. He quacks me up. Mage magic shrunk a bucket. Burned and pillaged before. War criminal. The Tindril achievement was annoying. We had to use a macro. Yeah. I have it right here. It's the, we had to use that one too. I was queen on the Tindril. So on the Tindril achievement, there are lost whelps hiding in the tree. And during the dragon riding phases, 6 people need to each find 1 whelp in the tree. You've got 2 chances at it because you've got 2 dragon riding phases, but you need each person to get their own whelp. And then you just fly through it and it saves in your back, and then you've got the achievement. But they're all pretty hidden and spread out, so there's like a macro to target them. But the problem is that like each whelp can only be picked up by 1 person. So I was queen of getting to a whelp second. Like I would find one and be like, yes, I'm going there. And I would spend all my vigor. And then I'd see somebody else swooping it ahead of me. And I'm like, why is everybody faster than me? But I did eventually have one, and we did get that done too. Use a biscuit on a... I don't think I have any biscuits on me. I did find out, apparently, and this was news to me, your own battle pets are larger to you than they are to other people. I and one of my guildies both had Ivy summoned, and we were running to the next boss. And my friend was like, how come mine is bigger than yours? And I was looking, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure mine is bigger than yours. And then it occurred to us that the game magnifies your own companion pet, and other people can still see it, but it appears smaller to other people. This blew my mind. I feel like I should have known that, or maybe I used to know it and I forgot. But yeah, your own pet is bigger to you than it is to everybody else. Static Malfurion, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. My area of northern Missouri, going to be under a wind chill warning starting 6 p.m. tonight, lasting until noon on Tuesday. Oh! Extended forecast says it won't be back above freezing until the 22nd of this month. Holy moly. Wonder if it's determined by your character size. See, that's what I thought because I'm a gnome, so I figured maybe mine would be larger because I'm a gnome. But Jans was playing a dwarf, and he said his Ivy was very clearly bigger than mine, and mine to my screen looked very clearly bigger than his. Do you have the micro helicid pet? I do. Micro helicid. You want to see it? Micro helicid. Oh, microlicid. There we go. Itsy little teeny tiny little snail. It is very small. There's a few pets that are like notably small or notably large. One of the dragonflight ones, it was like a, not this, although that's adorable. Was it one of the little guys? Not Lil Nefarian. It was the black draconid that had like the 2 legs. That thing's massive. Wonder how much smaller it is to others. Yeah. I mean, compared to the other snail pets, it's pretty, because if you summon a predatory helicid, yeah, that's like the same model, but in like the traditional size. It's pretty small. They meant it when they said micro. Do all pets appear larger to the player or just Ivy? My theory is all pets. My theory is all pets. You would have to get a friend, and then you would both summon the same pet, and then you would confer with each other to see which one appeared bigger to you. Drax is the big dragon. Yeah, thank you. I wanted to see it again. I couldn't remember his name. Drax. Yeah, look, he's bigger than me. I'm a gnome, and he is like almost a head taller. Well, yeah, almost a head taller than me for including the hordes. He is enormous. Would you recommend any RP realm? I'm sure they're great if you're looking to RP. Realm choice isn't as crucial as it used to be. It's mainly important for selecting a guild. The Warlock demon size scale based on your character level. Could battle pets do the same thing? Maybe, but both Jans and I were the same level. We were in Emirdasil. We were both level 70. I'm thinking that your own pet gets scaled up. That's my theory. Okay, I want to work on something today. Oh, you know what I'm going to do before I actually work on stuff? Is I'm going to drink some coffee, and I'm going to make a resolution that for as long as I feel like it, I'm going to do at least 1 solo shuffle round per day on stream, and maybe more off stream. And by round, I mean win, so it might take a few. But my logic is that I want to chip away at the Vicious War mount because that'll make it easier when I do finally get to doing it. So I'm not going to PvP all day today, but I do want to queue 1 or 2 of them just to get like 2 or 3% on my bar. I did do another one last night off stream to, I think maybe 2 more? Maybe 1 more. I did 1 more because I wanted to get the bar off to the races. So I'm 2% progressed towards the Vicious Min Beast. And 1,500. We could tank 500 of that and I'd be happy, but we do need wins in order to actually progress the bar. At some point, I'm probably going to snap and I'm going to decide to do this in 3s instead, but for now, anything that I can chip off it with Solo Shuffle will be good. Cathuffer is also pretty big. Cathuffer. I wonder, I'm having a hard time, like, filtering to my pets. Is it a pet that I have? Oh, he's got an apostrophe. Where is he? Oh yeah, that is a pretty big pet. And I'm a night elf. I'm pretty tall. Here we go. 24-hour streams again. Do you ever do RBGs? No. No, I don't. I thought about doing, so I picked up the PvP quests, and all 3 of them are for things that I'm not doing right now. None of these are for Solo Shuffle. One of them is for Honor and Random Battlegrounds. One of them is for Honor and Rated Arenas in a party, so like, not Solo Shuffle. And then one of them is Battleground Blitz. And I could get Conquest for all of them. And I need Conquest. Like, the more Conquest I can get, the better I can get my gear caught up and then have fewer excuses for why I suck. Would be good. What an amazing mug. Why, thank you. It's just the new aspirant set. I haven't changed anything, I don't think. 5s are gone? Yeah. Little bit ago. Just a little bit. Blitz is just to complete it, not even win. That one's usually worth doing. I might try that then. I've never done it, but I don't got anything to lose. It'll be fine. Everything will be okay. So we need to make sure we're buffed. We're gonna drink a bunch of coffee. We're just gonna hope for the best here. I tried to continue to choose the Tour of Duty achievements by using those honor tokens in different zones, and apparently they fixed them. They only let you use them in cities now. They're onto my cheese. If I want to finish these Tour of Duty achievements, which I don't, but if I did, I would have to actually go do them properly. The humanity. Coffee, good. I hope the birdies found the new bird juice. I hope the hummingbirds get like their blood sugar up. I was reading articles about some troubles they had during the cold snap at 21 here. And it's awful. They get all kinds of injuries. They get their little birdie tongue stuck to things. They get injured by ice crystals in the feeding tubes. They get, like, their wings and feet frozen onto things. They get, like, really low blood sugar and really sleepy, and then they get found by cats, although I don't think the cats are going to be outside right now. Apparently, if you find, like, a really sleepy or apparently dead hummingbird, you should never bury it, because it might be just in a state of torpor, where it has lowered its metabolism or something in order to, you know, like, preserve itself while it's really cold.
Repentance.
Oh. I messed up. I'm so greedy. That's okay. We really don't need to get any better than we are right now. Which isn't very good. Because we're just grinding a vicious mount. I'm not trying to push rating. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to, like, win games. But if we win too many games, then we're going to have to win games at higher rating. And then we're going to have to try harder. So, you know, like a nice 3 and 3 would be good. Oh, jeez. 2 havocs. Here they go again. I beam in.
Repentance. Repentance.
Bam.
Metamorphosis.
But this isn't the only thing I'm going to do today. I want to, oh, hey, they killed somebody. I want to look into... I just want to pick a thing to collect. I was looking at my mounts and pet collections, and there's definitely stuff I can work on to improve, because I have something like 97% of pets collected, which makes me think, well, how do I get the 3% that I don't? Like, what am I missing that I can get? One of them is Tobias from Community Rumor Mill, so that's Satchels. 2 of them are Xerolite Caverns rare drops, which are annoying, because you still can't solo those rares. And then I'm waiting for the world quest for Blue Lou, and I think most of... Oh, and then Gurgle. So we've got some pets we can work on for sure. And then I have, I think I've decided I want to catch up on all the Legion class order hall mounts. You want to go on me? Okay.
Metamorphosis. Chaos bolt. Chaos bolt. Chaos bolt.
Oh.
Metamorphosis. The Hunt. Shadow Fury. Repentance. Fear.
I'm not doing my best work here.
Chaos bolt. Chaos bolt. Chaos bolt. Chaos bolt.
Yeah, my work's fine.
Avenging Wrath. Fear.
I do like incapacitating roar.
Chaos bolt.
Nice. Gladiator Losa is calling out spell abilities. Buy flawless battlestones in the Eastern Kingdom. Ooh. I would look up flawless battlestones in Wowhead, check the vendor list and see where they're located and see if there is anything. Not off the top of my head, but that's how I would find out. Only need 2 more of the Order Hall mounts. Was working up before season started, but been busy with the new stuff. Seeing the new achievement for winning 50 shuffles above 1800 awards Battle Mender. That is kind of cool. Especially, do we know if it's like an account-wide perma title? Because I would wear. I'm gonna watch. I'm not gonna get repentance. Or at least I'm not gonna get repentance without seeing it coming.
Chaos bolt.
There's the hunt.
Fear. Fear. Shadow Fury.
Can trade 3 of one type for 1 of another. Where do you get yours? The ones that you can trade, I think in Elwyn, I think in Stormwind, by the pet vendor that you know is kind of by the Cataclysm portals. I think you can do it there. We're informed that already there is in fact a Moonbeast mount, a shop mount. I saw it yesterday when I was looking at the Moonbeast mount in the journal, and I looked at it and I'm like, I have this. How did I forget that I have this? Don't think it's a currently account-wide. Surely will be within word of If it's not right now, I don't know if I would count on it becoming account-wide. Just because they're funky about PvP titles that way. They've decided to let us have the mounts, but they're really stingy about the titles. I ate it. I ate that. Oopsies.
Metamorphosis. The Hunt.
This Holy Paladin's just getting
Avenging
bullied.
Wrath.
I mainly want my Vicious War Moonbeast. I wouldn't say no to the Elite set, but I also don't feel strongly to do it. I also, speaking of transmogs and PvP sets, I spent almost all of my Marks of Honor. I sent them to my priest, and I went shopping. I went and bought a bunch of PvP priest sets that I didn't have yet. So I have almost all the priest PvP sets completed now, on top of almost all of the druid ones, just from Marks of Honor. Because that is the one really nice side effect of doing this grind for the Vicious mount, is it gets you like a bunch of honor, basically. Alright, now I have the double demon hunters.
Shadow Fury.
Is that the wrong one? That's the wrong one. Are they AFK? They are AFK.
Avenging Wrath. Chaos Bolt. Fear.
Alright, they're back, they're back. This is why we don't give up.
Fear.
YOLO yuffle.
Bam.
Only play warrior, barely know what other classes do. I've been toying with the idea of playing shuffle on a class where I'm like making it up, because at a certain rating it must not matter. Like the beautiful thing about a PvP ladder in any game is that there's a spot for you. It doesn't matter. It's okay if it's not the top of the ladder. That's where people like sweat and get stressed, you know, like they have ulcers up there. We don't want to be there. If you go far enough down the ladder, there is a place for you, and everybody else there is exactly the same amount of clueless as you are. The trick is just to not get bent out of shape, especially if people are flaming. And my favorite strategy for that is just to not reach chat.
The Hunt. Avenging Wrath.
Bam.
Repentance. Repentance.
Ooh, that is a lot of damage. Okie dokie. But you know, we got what I wanted. I wanted conquest, I wanted honor. You get a lot of honor from doing this. Some rating, some boxes. What did I walk into? By the way, hi Hazel. Hello. I was just doing one solo shuffle for the day. One, because I won. I would have had to do another one if I'd lost it. To just very slowly, over time, chip away at my Vicious Moonbeast progress. I also got some plans for some war boots. Might be able to sell those. We'll see. And then that's going to have more marks of honor. Bonus conquest. Love that. Love that. How much honor am I sitting at now? Oh yeah, 1600. Every 2k you can buy a bag that has 5 marks of honor, and you save those up and you can buy cosmetic sets. It's good. Okay, those are no longer very valuable, so we're not going to stress about that. Aw, man! Look, I'm so close to 5. I'm so close to a 3rd vault option. Ugh. Even if I, like, lose pretty horribly, I might even get, like, 126 honor from solo shuffle. I'm tempted to go again. We wanted to do blitz, actually, is what I wanted to do for the weekly quest. It won't help with my vault, but it will help with my conquest and honor and stuff. Oh, instant queue. I have no idea what this is, but we'll find out. Compared to PvE, where the incentive is get better gear, would you say PvP is its own reward? I think for PvE, my incentive is to get better parse. Gear is merely a stepping stone on my path to pumping bigger numbers. It's all about the big records for me. PvP is more... What is the satisfaction I get from PvP? I think it's because the reality of me achieving things in PvP, even modest things like just like vicious mounts or like, you know, 1800 sets. It's nice because it contradicts my idea of how I usually play games. So it's kind of like this delightful feeling of expanding your capabilities, even though I've been able to do it for ages. It's not like this is new, but like every time I do it, especially in solo shuffle when nobody can say I've been carried by Flabby, because most things I am carried by Flabby, so it's a valid criticism. But like in solo shuffle, where I'm just kind of living my, you know, I'm in there all by myself, it's nice. It feels like you did it. I think it's sort of a Dark Soulsy feeling where the progress, like when you feel yourself making progress and you see yourself in a play and you're like, oh, hey, I could do this. And then it like works and you're like, yeah, that's right. PvP number goes up, feels good. The rating number going up feels good, but the flip side is that sometimes number goes down and that can feel very bad. So I try not to worry too much or even look at my rating number, because I am as susceptible as anybody to tilting if I feel like I'm tanking, and I've been there before, and that's not a good day. Was your move carried by Flabby? Yeah, literally, physically, in a general physics-based sense. Hello. Trying to be a better disc priest in solo shuffle. Stuck around 1250. Watching your enemies fall before you. Mounts and T-Mogs. It feels cool as a collector to be able to access all of these PvP mounts and T-Mogs, because because I know that it's something that is tricky for people sometimes, or like it's an area that some people feel is closed off to them. And so I feel like I'm sneaking into the restricted section to like get that stuff as a collector. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm gonna ride a Brutosaur to enrage the people with my elitism, I think. Anything you lose, you already gained once. You know you can gain it again. League turns me into a different person. So it's Battleground Blitz. This just seems to be a battleground. Like, where does the Blitz become involved? I haven't done Battlegrounds in an excessive amount of time. So I don't really remember how they work. I like something capture the flag. I should find some people to heal maybe. Where is this person? They require my help. One of the reasons that I can't stand BGs is because all of my macros are focus macros, and it's really annoying, I find, to set, like, my keybinds are just not set up for it. I find it really tough and annoying to set up, like, focuses for CC, or like, I have to click target, and also my frames are itsy bitsy teeny tiny here. I'm sure the specs are different as well, but no. It's just a brawl. We're fine. So I think we're just brawling.
Cyclone.
She get the flag? Oh. There's another druid. They've got it.
Cyclone.
I'm already enraged that you have a long void. I don't. Lost all 6 rounds of a solo shuffle queue twice in a row. Haven't mustered the courage to go back in yet. But think of how beautiful and how much easier your MMR is going to be now. Every time I lose, I'm just thinking to myself that the ladder is just it's going to give me easier games. Because eventually that becomes true. Usually when I used to queue rated and I would have one of those awful nights where everything was no good, very bad, awful, and it was all going terribly, I would you would lose and you would lose and you would lose and you would lose, and your rating would just fall and fall and fall. And then eventually you're in a game and it's like 2 in the morning and you're like really over it and you probably should have quit a long time ago. But you're in a game and you see the other people and they're just doing strange things. And then you're like, you know what? It's gonna be alright. I found my people. It's okay that I'm doing strange things because my people are indeed out here. Couldn't tell you what's going on. Somebody's got the flag. I'm just having fun in cap roaring people, I think.
Metamorphosis. Cyclone. Metamorphosis.
We are ahead. Let's go. People are saying, yeah, we just have to complete it. We don't have to win it. So what is so blitz about this battleground? I would have thought that maybe it would be like sudden death with the flag thing, but no, we got... There's 8 minutes left.
Cyclone.
I think this is the first battleground I've done in actual calendar years. Oh, we kept another flag. How is PvP? That's a great question. I think it's going well. I'm at the stage of the season where I'm just trying to get my character conquest gear. Oh, I might die. I might die. What do we got? I might not die. I'm trying to get my gear caught up for the season. So I'm just doing stuff for conquest and also chipping away at the vicious map bar. Not right now, but we want to solo shuffle the downs thing. That'll help. But I want to work on a pet today. I want to work on, I think, maybe Tobias. I don't know how long it'll take, but it'll take forever if I never start, you know? I want to find somebody that nobody's attacking, and I want to cyclone. Oh, well, I guess it doesn't matter. Go, Hazel, Let's go. Oh, you just move faster? That's it? We get extra movement speed? Oh, I've marked somebody. Oops. Do you know if Flabby has a DK? He does. Why? Oh, I'm out of mana. I spent it all. I remember this used to happen, and I would, and then I would be like, man, I should die so I can get my mana back. I'm just gonna drink a mana bun as a deer in the middle of the field and have some coffee. Oh, he could be casting Flabby Hands. True. Is that a friendly person or an enemy person? I think it's a friendly person. I think that vortex will help. I like how people are like, you know what? Okay, so the flag carrier's going that way. Maybe they're just wanting to get it over with at this point. But the flag carrier's going that way. But there's like people that we could parse on over here. I like that my trees are different colors. Feels like autumn. If any of you guys have done community rumor mill, could you say how long, like the satchels from Secrets of Azeroth for Tobias? Is that like, are we talking multiple days? Are we talking like 45 minutes? What's a ballpark time for that? Flying around in different zones? Those sure are words you said. Did they not make sense? They made sense to me in my head. Maybe I missed some of them. Sometimes not all the words leave your head. I'm pretty sure I just trinketed for no reason. Whoa. Okay, so we won. It was just one battleground? Where? I'm so confused. We got a box. Oh, we got a spark. I can get my other thing made. Okay. And then honor and then some conquest. And then the quest is going to give me even more honor and conquest and stuff. Okay. Rumor mill's really fast if you follow Wowhead. Okay. Yeah, alright, we should, well, I'll do that then, because I need another puppy dog. But first, I must turn this in and see what we're looking at here. I need to go to Valdrakken. 23 million healing, was it? I didn't look at the score screen. Is it cold down there? We're having our cold snap. We're getting some of your air. It is -10 with a wind chill down to -20 today. I wore one of my face masks outside on the walk just to keep the wind off of my nose and my mouth. Bundled up. Valdrakken. Way more healing than everyone else combined. Come back, we could be parsing. Doesn't look at the parses. We're going to Valdrakken. If you wait until next week, the flying around the old world would be super fast. That's a great point. That's extremely true. But then I can't be lazy and use flight. I mean, I could still be lazy and use flight pass. But if I was going to be lazy and use flight pass, that's just as easily done this week. Road was so icy yesterday. I almost broke my leg 70 times. Oh. We were really lucky that it snowed for a while, but the snow just kind of left. I don't think it melted. I think it just blew away. And we're not supposed to get any more precipitation. So I think we're actually not. Moose like saw some snow falling, but he didn't see like stacked up snow on the ground or anything like that. Also, I don't know if he's cold, but, like, he seems fine. He doesn't seem concerned about the cold in any way. I thought he would at least, like, look around and be like, what is this? No, thank you. But he seems to dislike rain more than cold. So that's another 5 marks, and then some honor, and then some conquest. Gotta go faster. Oh, 3 battleground blitzes. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just for completing them. Interesting. I don't know if I'll do that, but, like, it seems like really easy conquest. I'm supposed to get more snow Sunday, maybe? Wasn't any snow, just ice? Oh. If you do that later, what do you do now? True. Aside from just battleground blitz and Rainer, Donner, and Vixen. I don't know why I'm sinking flight stunts into this, just because I don't have any better ideas. Oh, yeah, and then my honor points, seeing as I don't need them for that. I could buy the rest of these things with honor just for the mogs of them. But my thinking is, well, weapon mogs are expensive honor-wise, actually. I was going to say, if I wait until they're for marks of honor, I could get the whole arsenal at once. But it's also like, what, like 80 or 100 marks of honor? Something crazy. Maybe I should, if I want these colors. These are pretty cool. Because I was just buying marks of honor. I was buying the arboreal distinguishments, but maybe I'll try to get the rest of the weapons that I can first. Because, like, this is, like, that's sweet. And then there's, like, a dagger. Plus, you know, I'm a mog collector. I've been known to dabble in mog. Yeah, let's get the polearm. Just for the appearance of it. Uh-huh. Add it to my collection. 4 shared appearances. And then if I want to refund it... Oh, if I equip it, that changes it, right? So if we put it on, and it's non-refundable, and then we take it off, and now I can vendor it and get my 98 gold, but still keep the thing. Okay. Well, that's fine. I don't know what my overall transmog numbers are, but they must be higher than they were, because I definitely did... I did a lot of honor shopping yesterday with all those marks of honor I got. You've been dabbling in mogs all this time and never told anybody? Who should I use for community rumor mill? My priest? Sure. Why not? She's cute. Exalted, that's a great question. I don't know what's going to happen with the dragon Lego. Have you considered VTubing? Not seriously, no. I might have done it if I, when I had first gotten into content, had like the tools available, and if it was like a thing back then, instead of putting my face online. But now that my face is online, I feel like that cat's out of the bag. What am I going to do, a reverse face reveal? Rival in training, thank you very much for the bits. I only play WoW for time walking. Am I a casual? You're perfect, it's what you are. Just the way you are. Alright. Community rumor mill. So, we're going to need to find more of those. I at some point want to finish all of the Secrets of Azeroth stuff because there's mounts as well that I don't have. But for the moment, my goal, my objective, apple of my eye, is a little blonde puppy dog looking thing over here. He's adorable. We need community rumor mill. Okay, so I want to make sure we have TomTom installed, and I want to pull up just like a big old list of coordinates. And maybe read the page just... Alright, we've got TomTom on. Sure, I'll throw Tom points on too. What are you working on? Community rumor mill. I want Tobias. I'm gonna wowhead this and see if there's anything else, like any toys I need to use or anything. Tobias was the name of the dog that Sherlock Holmes borrows in The Sign of the Four. Watson said Toby was an ugly long-haired lop-eared creature, half spaniel and half lurcher, brown and white in color with a very clumsy waddling gait. Toby was also the name of the dog that assisted Basil of Baker Street in Disney's The Great Mouse Detective. You can always count on Wowhead for trivia. Community rumor mill achievement. Commons. Locations. So I'll paste in TomTom. Copy and paste this code into paste. Do I still have paste? I have TomTom paste. Assuming that I have TomTom turned properly on. I thought I had paste. Might have killed it. Queen of having half my add-ons off and not knowing which ones are and are not. Try this. Okay, so pasting that thing showed me a big list in my chat window. Here, I'll see if I can... It used to be so much easier for me to drag my chat out to show you guys, but now I have to like edit mode if I want to show it. Anyways, it has a list of all of the satchels, and it shows they're all false because I haven't looted any of them. Some of them are going to need a few players, possibly. Do I have a Torch of Pyrrhus? Have I done that yet? I do have a Torch of Pyrrhus. Okay. Help you find ancient devices. I'll throw that on a bar just in case that's important. Yeah, let's poke around. Even if we don't get all of them, just getting some of them will definitely help. So let's go to, what, Fellwood? If I wanted to go to Fellwood. I would go to Dalaran. And I would take... Bear with me. No, there isn't a Black Fathom Deeps one, is there? Wailing Caverns is kind of far. Winter Spring's pretty close. Hygel's pretty close. Yeah, Hygel's not bad. It's like up a big hill, but that's okay. Plot twist. The third wig is an avatar. Don't even need to collect all the satchels to get Tobias. Oh, okay. That's good. So if there's any that like I need multiple people before I can skip him, then he gets a cute hat when you actually summon him. Do you currently play any other games besides WoW? I am once again nursing a Hearthstone Battlegrounds addiction. It's like my favorite cozy game to be on the couch with my puppy. Although sometimes I'll be playing a game and then Moose is like, no. And he'll take a toy and he'll throw it onto the screen. Like he's very specific with where he can put his toys. I was going to go Hyjal? Sure, yeah. Ones that require multiple people will give a mount as well. Yeah, I was looking into... Oh, yeah, I was looking into the Jump Jets mount. I'm not going to do that today, but that is on my list of things to do eventually, because I didn't even realize... I knew about Patty. I didn't even realize there was going to be another mount. Okay, this mount's adorable. I must use this. Mount's a Wild Seed Cradle. It came up on my random favorite. And I'm gonna throw that on a keybind here. Just to have it handy. I want this to carry me to all of my destinations. Animal Crossing, Stardew, Hearthstone PGs. Where is the puppy? Sleeping in the living room. Hyjal, that's right. I forgot about that mount. I know I'm using the Talon Queen title right now because back when I first mogged myself into like a dress with a crown, I wanted to be Queen Hazel, or Queen Inksy, but I could only be Talon Queen Inksy. That was the available thing. Apart from you can't see your character. It's because she's reclining. She's private. She's got the tinted windows. Oh, hey, yeah, I totally have markers on... I totally have markers. So let's go to Satchel 1. May as well start at the beginning. And when you get to the end, stop. Always use the magic spell summon chat for the ones that need multiple people. I think that's what we're going to have to do when it comes to Jump Jets time. You could make Queen Hazel happen. I think there's like political ramifications to declaring sovereignty. What are we actually doing today? I am flying around and I'm going to loot Secrets of Azeroth satchels to work on getting the Tobias pet, this one. You missed some thrilling PvP. I did a little bit. I did my daily dose of solo shuffle. I'm going to keep up with doing that at least a little bit every day until I get sick of it and or I just blast the rest of it. Oh, hell, Queen Hazel. I mostly just want the title for the glamour of it all. I'm allergic to responsibility. I don't think being a ruler would suit me very well. I have a character called Mechagon. I use the Talon King title on that one. Talon King Mechagon. That's pretty cool. I thought somebody was following me. That's Drax. I forgot that this pet gets that mount. That's nuts. That is an insane mount for a pet to have. Do I have that mount? It's awesome. Is it an Ohuna? It's like fiery. I'm jealous. In the 19th century, someone in San Francisco declared himself Norton the First, Emperor of the United States. Oh. I mean, you can declare yourself anything that you like within the privacy of your own home. It's just a question of whether or not you want other people to respect it. I think the real question is whether or not you're still expecting to pay taxes to the country within which you reside. As soon as you stop wanting to do that, that's when they start having a problem with it. Nomelia Gearhart Muscle Plate. It's so adorable. When did they add mounts to pets? Not all pets have them. Most pets, I would say, don't. There's like a handful of pets that will have their own flying mounts or ground mounts. But most of them will still do the running around on foot thing. You are working towards the 400 honor level pet. Slowly but surely. Technically, that is true. Technically correct is the best kind of correct. Ugh. What is my honor level? Bad, I'm sure. 97. So not nothing, but not close. Is there anything cool at 100? Oh, you get the unstoppable force at 100. I feel like honor levels aren't very prestigious because of how they were, there we go. How they were, whatchamacallit? Cheesable and Legion. 1,000 needles. Are these in any order, by the way? Satchel's one. Satchel 2 is in 1,000 needles. Is that 1,000 needles is all the way down there? It looks like there would be one. 9 is in the Northern Barrens, and I might hit that first. I mean, I guess I can just stop by. Satchel 9. Sure, why not? I'm declaring my intentions to go back to Final Fantasy XIV. How was it cheesable in Legion? There used to be these PvP world quests that did not require you to do any PvP at all. You had to like go defeat, you could just kill NPCs in a tower, and they would give like big amounts of honor, and you could do them on a bunch of alts, because your honor level was account wide, but the world quests were character specific. So if you had like a ton of characters and you just did all of the honor world quests on them, you could cheese your honor level up super high without ever seeing any PvP. It's not that it wasn't any work, it would still be like a lot of work. It would be similar to trying to like grind gold with a gold world quest right now. But if you were the kind of person that wanted to collect cosmetics from the honor tree, the honor track, but you didn't like PvP, it was as good as it's ever been, I think. Why didn't you do it? Probably, I don't know. I don't know. My guess is that I didn't feel like it, but Legion was in like what, 2017, 18? We're talking 5 or 6 years ago now. 5 or 6 years ago me is I don't know her. I barely know Monday me, and it's only Friday. Legion PvP World Quest gave insane amounts of marks of honor. Yeah, she's a real mystery. You know what? I respect past me for getting me to today with all of my limbs intact. I got 10 fingers and 10 toes. I'm doing okay. Where is this mount from? The Wildseed Cradle is from Ardenweald. The mount that I'm in is, I think it's a pretty easy one to get in Ardenweald, too. I might have done a video guide for it. They never did another mount quite like this, did they? There was just this one. You have done a guide for it. It was something about, like, easy mounts to get in Shadowlands. New PC with RTX 4080 arrives in a few weeks. Can't wait to play out 20 FPS in Valdraken. Holy moly. I had a weird dream about graphics cards. I had a dream I was trying to explain to somebody my computer specs, but I was trying to explain to, I was showing them an old computer that for some reason had a 980 in it, despite the fact that I haven't had a 980 for a long time. And they were like, well, so when do you replace this one with one of the brand new ones? And I'm like, no. We go to the top of the tree. So this one is only the second or the third PC. What we do is we get, when blank 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 comes out, when the 1002K Xbox 360 comes out, we get one of those, we put it into the streaming PC, we take the streaming PC card, we put it into this PC, we take that card, we put it into this PC, it all trickles all the way down. It's trickle card graphics cardonomics. It was a strange dream. I also don't have like that many. I have 2 PCs that are desktop Windows computers. It's not like I've got like a waterfall of like 5 of them. 2 is already kind of aggressive. Not one. Yeah, not a single Xbox. Had a dream last night about being in school, knowing I've done my homework, but doing it again before class, and in class I couldn't find it. Most streamers use 2 PCs. It would be interesting to see data on that. I think a lot of big streamers use multiple PCs because they can, especially if you have a PC sponsor and they've like given you a PC. There's not a whole lot of reason not to, except that I found the reason not to, which is that it's super annoying. Maybe other people are just smarter than me and they don't find it super annoying, but I had a good KVM switch. I had everything routed. Like I did research. I set it up. And I never had it be not annoying. Like, it For streaming some games, I'm sure you get like a really big boost to your stream fidelity when you can dedicate a complete computer to running the game without needing to dedicate another one to running the stream. But for what I'm doing, one computer does it just fine, and then I don't have to be fussed about which. I don't know. There's so many different things that could break before. War and power cost money. It does cost money. I think fewer streamers than you think run two PCs because for most streams you don't need to. I guess that's my bias talking. I only stream like WoW and Hearthstone. And I basically only stream WoW. For WoW, if you have like one strong PC, you don't need to. But there's probably other games that are like newer that have stronger requirements. People play other games in WoW, right? Haven't owned a console since the SNES. Saka was making a good argument for a Switch. I love my Switch. I don't have any other console. But I love my Switch. Can I interest you in a Steam Deck? Nothing seems wrong with your stream. That's what I was saying. That's kind of what I was thinking. And this makes me happier because I don't have to go, wait, sorry, my mouse is connected to this PC. I got to click this button and then, because there are automatic KVM switches where you just have like one monitor for each PC and then your mouse automatically switches between them. But I don't know, there was always weirdness. There was always a thing that would go wrong or that would work in a funky way. And it was just too much for my brain. I also only use 2 monitors. If you had more monitors, how many monitors does a person need? I'm happy like this. I don't put max graphics on, but I do run the game natively in 3840 by 2160. So I turn some graphics down to give my graphics card enough overhead to both run that for me and then downscale it for stream and then run everything else without choking. Do you connect your Switch to your TV? Yeah, I pretty much only play with it in docked TV mode. I don't handheld it very much, but also I don't really have to fight with anybody for the TV. If I was in a home where more people were trying to share one television, I could see the appeal of just playing in handheld mode while, your family's watching, like, The Amazing Race. Whatever families watch these days. 80 or so active streamers, only one of them still runs 2 PCs. Heading out. Have a great day. Wheel of Fortune. Oh, man. Satchel, 2,000 needles. Yeah, this is pretty easy. This is pretty chill. It reminds me of just doing, like, candy buckets for Hallow's End or Elders and Lunar Festival. Speaking of which, Lunar's Festival must start soon, right? When is that? Not until February. Okay. I wonder if it's got cool new stuff in it. Am I looking for a cave? Satchel 2,000 needles. I might be looking for a cave. I know there's like an underwater cave. I'm gonna check Wowhead. Oh, in an underwater cave. Yeah, cave entrance is at 44,37. So if I go into the water and then I use my special mount button, it's going to put me on an underwater mount. 44,37. Except that I don't have my coordinates set on. Oh, I do. 44,37. Really? Yeah, cave entrance. Oh, I see. I get it. Okay. I need to keep an eye on my breath. I don't want to drown. So there's 2 markers, and that marker is the cave entrance. Okay. Took me a second. So this is just the random favorite mount button. It is built into the game, and your mount generally should have a big yellow-looking button like that. It puts you on a favorite mount that is usable in your current area. If you have no favorite mounts, it's a complete random button. And now I kind of wish I didn't have any, so I could just use it as a true random button. Because I have so many mounts favorited, I end up having to every time I get a new mount, if I want it to be included in that roulette, I have to set it as a favorite. I don't have Fabius. I don't think I have a favorite mount either, do I? We've got a lot of mounts. We like them. They're good. I can't think of one mount that I pull out like way more than any other mount though. I think I rotate them pretty evenly. I mean, if I had to pick only one mount to keep for the rest of my life, it would be probably the Brutosaur because it's like super useful. But I wouldn't say it's like my favorite mount as a mount. It's just like an incredible life-changing game utility that's you can't get anymore without without a lot of struggle. I really should have caught my breath before I came down here. What if I actually genuinely start to drown? Ancient brazier. That's for the quest. I'm hoping there's just like a pile of dirt. I might die. Is there water breathing around here? All right, so there's the thing. We found it. The trick is getting out of here. I don't carry an artifact fishing pole around with me. Hearthstone. But I'm already halfway down the continent. Although I don't know if there's any more that I'm looking for. So yeah, I think we're gonna hearth. That's a good point. I think that we got the last one from this continent as far as I can see anyway. Got my flawless golden bauble boy a few days ago. And now I feel like all my pets are invalidated because I want to use him on all of my tunes. Okay, so where else are we staying here? So we have true Eastern Plaguelands. Oh, they're all over the place. All right, well, let's go to the Eastern Plaguelands. That really is Dalaran. What are you doing in the game today? I am collecting satchels around the world. Buried satchels from the Community Rumors achievement from the Secrets of Azeroth event for the Tobias pet. Underlight Angler slots into profession gear. But what about my Draconium Fisher friend? What if I want the extra, like, resourcefulness or whatever? It's a pretty weak argument that I'm making here. Okay. Can you please send me to Stratham? Eastern. Yeah, there we go. There we go. The cradle, like, matches her mom. I mean, she needs to fix her offhand, honestly. My transmog, I've got this lovely blue little floral thing. I've got a simple blue dress. I've got the little back piece. And then I got a captivating chime that had leech on it, so I equipped that, but now I need to fix my offhand. I need, like, a nice pine cone, I think. Yeah, that's what that mog normally is the blue pine cone. There we go. Look at these ground textures. You like them? I've spent many a happy hour leveling in this zone. This used to be part of my zone rotation. I would finish Western Plaguelands and then I would go to Eastern Plaguelands. I'm always level 60 before I need this by now. Not drowning. Pretty resourceful. True. Doesn't come up very much, but as soon as you say it'll never happen, then all of a sudden you have to go swim into a cave to get a satchel. Maddie and I were killing grubs. It was for a pet, right? Like the grubs dropped a bag that dropped a pet or something. There was like a Mr. Grubs. What was it? Grub. There is a Mr. Grubs. That's right. And you get Fiona's lucky charm. And then yeah, that's right. That's right. I want to see him again. There he is. So many happy pet farms we used to have. These things are so gross. Look at his little teeth. He's gooey. I feel like he would get dehydrated because it doesn't look like he can close his sphincter. I've also not gone far enough here. For acid, I think it was 2004. That would have been before Mr. Grubs. Mr. Grubs was a Cataclysm edition along with Fiona because she was a Worgen. We're going here. Very good. And then it looks like there's another one over here in the Western Plaguelands. I wonder why the numbers don't have anything to do with location. Looks like there's one all the way down in the Blasted Lands. I'm really closer to there from Stormwind. Yeah. Just a regular crafting reagent. Oh, I can open these. They have stuff in them. I didn't know they had stuff in them. I just thought I was looting them for achievement progress. Well, I can vendor that for 15 gold. Wow, would you look at that? Oh, I'm rich. Oh, my feet are chilly. I wonder if I should turn the heat up in here. I don't know if it's cold in here or if I'm just like sedentary and cold-blooded like a lizard. 15 gold you get to keep. So you don't need a quest for this. You can just go loot them. I'm learning where the satchels are off of a Wowhead page. Here, I'll pop the I'll pop the link here. There's a big macro that works wonders. There's a lot of information in the comments there that I'm using. Okay, so here, Satchel 12. Ah, it blends in. There we go. So there's the first achievement, which is for a blue tweed cap transmog, which I suppose we can put on to celebrate. Keep the satchels closed or plop all that garbage into your inventory. I used to, whenever Lunar Festival came around and they would mail you all the envelopes, I felt awful because they were like gifts from my digital elders, but like I would just delete them so that I didn't get all the stuff in my bags. Tweed. Blue tweed cap? Oh, it's in my bags. I haven't learned it yet. Aw, she's cute. She's real cute. I'm not going to save it to the set because it doesn't match at all, but, you know, she's, look at her go. You did delete Mushroom Grandpa's only friend. I'm going to, teleport to Stormwind if I can. And then I think take a short and early break before, I mean, maybe I can flight path my way over there, actually. The Elder Mail is the worst. Heating pad for your feet. I mean, I have a heating pad here that's just like an electric one that I could put on the floor. I should do that, actually. Usually when I set that up, my cat steals it. But I think Kitty's still sleeping in her own comforter. She now has a queen-size duvet just for herself. And I don't have the heart to take it away from her because I'm not using it, so. Yeah, the heating pad for the cat, exactly. You get it. So we're heading there, so we can take a flight path. I wonder if it's going to be, if I'm going to need to. I'll try flight pathing it there, and then if we need to change the time, then we can. We can turn back to life. She does deserve it. Oh, she's extra cute in the morning. Like, I'll wake up, and she'll be like, oh, hey, you're awake. And I'll be like, hi, kitty cat. And she'll go, meow, meow. Like, she's very chatty. And then you'll pet her, and she'll stretch. I was surprised she didn't get into bed with me last night. It was freezing last night. So if you can take me out here, that'll work. And I will be back. Alright, I'm back. Howdy doody. I'm trying to set up this heat pad because I'm pretty toasty. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm wearing like fleece lined sweatpants, thermal shirt, big fluffy sweater made of something or another. I have extra warm socks on, but my feet are just freezing anyway, so we're just gonna put that on the floor. And you never know, this might summon the cat. Sometimes it works that way. It's the kind of day where you just want to have like a pot of tea on standby all day. So I'm thinking that maybe, I mean, hopefully they're smart enough that it won't matter. Like, hopefully the satchel will be present in both instances of the zone. But if I can't find it, then we'll just go flip it. What exactly is the Gilneas thing coming in 10.2.5? It's a great question. I didn't look at it on the PTR. I imagine there will be some quests. I imagine it's a quest line. I wouldn't be surprised if there are some associated cosmetics. But the extent of it is quite unknown to me. We'll have to find out. So I'm supposed to use my torch toy on the skeletons. Oh, and then it made a satchel. Cute. That'll work. All right. Rumor mill. So we are at 6. Oh, you only need 10 for Tobias. I thought I needed 20. I mean, I might need the rest of them for something else, but, well, it's handy. Okay. So we've got the rest of the Eastern Kingdoms ones. Should we, where else can we go? I'm sure our Dalaran Hearthstone's on cooldown. Should we go to Draenor? I mean, we only have, once we use one of these dungeon portals, then we're kind of out of luck for a while. Oh, we're not that far from Stormwind. How many are there in Legion? Are there some in Legion? Let's see. There's one in Coltiris, in Tierguard Sound. There's another one in the Broken Isles in High Mountain. There's 2 of them in Pandaria. There's one in the Dragon Isles. There's 3 of them in Northrend. let's port to Freehold, shall we? With our super fancy dungeon portal. Do we have that actually? No, we can port to Throne of Tides. Everbloom. Zuldazar. I've confused myself. I have too many choices and I have quite confused myself. Let's go to Northrend. And we're going to go to Northrend by just flying back to Stormwind because I can't think of any better ideas. And that will work just fine. Does your way keep your head warm? A little bit, yeah. Definitely warmer than not wearing one. Make a crock pot with tea, get yourself a ladle, and you're all set. Yeah. I have a huge teapot that I hog all to myself. I put it on my desk and I'll just pour continuous cups of tea out of it. I also got some really delightful herbal teas as Christmas gifts for my family, so I'm set. Probably a freehold on the evoker. Yeah, I guess I could do these on more than one character. I don't know why I'm so set on searching them out on my priest. I think just because it's cute. I think that's it. And just, you know, she's cute. She's flying around in her little cradle. Oh, they make you do the log ride? Oh, yeah. I love the log ride. We used to do that while waiting for arena queues. I used to watch Wallabear's stream. He was a BlizzCon level feral druid. And he used to ride the log ride on stream in between queues. back in some day. I don't remember how many days ago, but a few of them. That one's fun. I don't know why the log ride is fun, but I won't ride the roller coaster in Darkwind Fair. Maybe it's just too new. That was the only one that gave me trouble. The rest were straightforward. I keep this super thick lemon scented moisturizer that I use on my nails at my desk, and I just kind of reflexively put it on, but it just makes my hands smell really nice. I always like having hand cream on my desk, but the problem is that if you're not real picky with what you use, if your hands are super greasy, it's going to build up in your mouth, and that's gross. This one's not too bad. As long as you really like. And then I get to smell like lemons. Elwyn Forest. Makes me want to level more ults. I just like running around doing all of the quests out here. I mean, Mollywobble could do it. I've got a monk. She's leveling. But I want to at least collect... I want to collect some more stuff before I go back to alt leveling. I want more mounts, more pets. I have not all pets, but I have most pets. It would be nice to get the levels upgraded as well. If I take out without any 25s. Yeah, I've got 128 pets that are not at level cap, which is quite a few for me. I'm definitely behind on that. I could use lots of upgrade stones and just kind of pop all those up to level cap. That would help a lot. Yeah, you're right. I think I have freehold on my evoker. Tomorrow is Squirt Day. How much worse is it than Super Squirt? Still worth doing. It's an individual assessment based on how much you want to level pets versus how much you value your time. I would, if I were you and you were looking to level pets, I would try it and just see if it feels like it's good enough for you. I'm not, although I haven't even done Super Squirt in ages. I've just been leveling pets via pet charms. This is Rematch. Rematch is giving me an advanced pet journal with lots more filters for filtering them. I like it a lot. I used to use Pet Journal Enhanced, but I think it died. It either died or I got rid of it. I was going to Northrend, so we want to go to Crystal Song Forest. That's the one. All my pets are level 25 now. 1,670 unique pets. That is quite the collection. Yeah, it's really overwhelming to try to get a bulk pet collection leveled from scratch. It's one of those things that it's once you've got them all leveled, keeping new ones caught up is not so bad. But if you are if you're starting from scratch and you've got hundreds and hundreds of pets to level, it can be really overwhelming. I did it, I think, in Draenor, and it took a long time. So I came to Northrend, and I want to go 2 in Dragonblight and 1 in the Grizzly Hills. Let's do the Dragonblight ones first, eh? Updated add-on video this year? Maybe. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. At the very least, I need to update my spreadsheet. Although the spreadsheet is pretty close. It's just missing... I don't know if it's missing Premium Group Finder, actually. But in lieu of a video, that's my, that's what I've been using lately. How's your puppy doing? Puppy's doing good. He's doing good. He's real sweet. He's a real lovely, affectionate, baby boy. He's a big baby boy. He's real good. I have like 7 of his toys in my office because he's critically damaged them and they're awaiting repair and or giving up on. It's just because I keep saying that I'm gonna get out my sewing stuff and I never get out my sewing stuff. I'm also not that talented and I have a feeling I'm gonna repair them and he's going to destroy them in about 8 seconds. But I owe it to him to try at least once. Kira's in the bedroom, I think. I think she's snoozing on her blankie. Teen boy. He's all, well, the way I described him to my mom is he's all elbows and opinions right now. 17, refused to catch anything less than rare, which is why I asked about Flawless Battle stuff. Slowly progress in Celestial Tournament teams or something. The main reason that I like to level all my pets up is for pet score on things like Data for Azeroth and Warcraft pets. A lot of people like competing in those arenas, and for that you want to have them all leveled up and all upgraded. And it's super convenient whenever there is a challenge like a pet battle dungeon or something, to have everything all upgraded already, because I don't have to like go catch and level something. Usually I already have everything handy for like any given strategy without having to go scrape around. Oh, it's Kitty. Kitty, you coming over? You want to come? You heard your name? Or you heard your species? Your name's Kira, but I think she might think her name is Kitty Cat. Moose is 8 months old now. He's graduated from being 7 months old. He is now 8 months old. Another method that's good for leveling fast. Jeff is right. Dalaran trainers there are some Dalaran trainers. I forget which ones. I didn't spend a lot of time with it, but there are some that are just as good in Legion Dalaran. But the main thing is if you're going to level your pets by pet trainer doing it, by like battling, hold it for a pet battle bonus week. The experience bonus is so big. The other big tip is to use biscuits as well. Use pet biscuits, or like the treats that give you extra experience. Those even if you're leveling a bunch of pets, the buff goes on you and not your pet. You use the treat in a pet, but then the buff goes on you, so you get that extra experience for that duration. And then the safari hat as well, just to stack up all your experience bonuses. Okie dokie. Number 8. And then let's go to the log ride for number 9. What are you doing right now? I am collecting satchels. I'm collecting Secrets of Azeroth satchels for the Tobias pet. I wonder if we're going to want to try and get the rest of them as well. Hi, kitty. How you doing? You cold? You happy? Yeah. Kitty! Might be ready. Might go look this weekend. Oh, I'm so excited for you. Anytime I repair one of my dog's toys, that seam is the strongest part. It doesn't come apart like factory seams. They find another spot to eventually rip open. Moose has this thing where he damages his toys sometimes by ripping the seams, but his main mode of attack is by puncturing. He will grind at a spot on the body of the fabric and he will gnaw a hole through it, which is weird, right? Like, he'll sit down and he'll inspect the entire thing for weaknesses, and then he'll be like, all right, we're burrowing in here. And he'll like wedge it between his teeth and he'll pulse his jaws until he has burrowed a hole through the body of the fabric. It's nuts. He's a funny bean. Just ordered Pizza Hut. Haven't had takeaway in months because I'm so cheap. Congratulations on your Pizza Hut day. I know that feeling. It's exciting. Dog's mission's getting its squeaker out. Taught her how to drop it, not chew it when she gets it out. Mine sometimes do that, especially to the appendages. I've got a mammoth here that's had some He's missing both of his ears because the first thing to go were the ears. He looks like he was a witness to some kind of a organized crime activity. Hi, kitty cat. Trick with the cat on the lap is to make sure that you're still sitting somewhat square. I was super twisted yesterday when I was sitting on stream doing solo shuffle, and my body was killing me for it later because I messed up. Okay, so for this we have to ride the log ride. Take the log ride and the satchels at the end, but I'm pretty sure they're showing me the top of the log ride, so we should be all good. Hi everyone. Hi Joe, how are you doing today? My dog is a card-carrying member of the Squeaker Removal Special Forces. Moose has one toy that I think might be in here, because I think he might have finally done it some damage, but it lasted like a million times longer than the rest of them. And I got excited about that, and I bought like some other ones of the same brand because I thought they would be equally as durable, but no, it was just that one. Alright, I want to ride the log ride. I don't remember how to ride the log ride, but if we look around, I'm sure we can figure it out. You like talk to somebody, don't you? Or like you click on a thing. Or like... I could have sworn it was like a dialogue option. But I forget exactly where it is. I've done this before, but I've clearly forgotten all the details. Horde v Alliance start point. Oh, I wonder if I had the wrong one marked. Because yeah, that is a Horde NPC. Blue Sky Logging Grounds. So maybe over here? If we poke around a little bit? If we're looking for Alliance NPCs and we want them to be standing near a big log flume, maybe over here? We happy about this? No. That was the Horde one, yeah. Well, I must be getting close because there's Westfall Brigade infantry around. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. The middle one had someone? The middle one. Aha! Clever me! Yes, please. I like how she sits nicely with her things folded in her lap. Kitty, you looking extra cute? I mean, you always do. Did you get bigger? You look taller. Proud cat. I don't know. Life would be so strange without animals. I feel like in character creation, in cosmic character creation, I was given like the choice to grant a boon to the world, and I wished for cats to be real. You know, like, or for like pet cats and dogs to be a thing, because being able to like live with and enjoy the company of like a miniature version of an apex predator is so bananas, and it's the best. Hi. Kitty. Wow. Oh. And any satchel? Uh-huh, there it is. Alright, so we ran out of Northrend ones. We have one more. I mean, maybe more than one. I got the 1,000 Needles ones. Can I go to Pandaria? I guess my Hearthstone's pretty short cooldown. We could probably get to Pandaria. Cats aren't really domesticated. Cats domesticated us. Hi. Want a 3-meter tall cat. 3 meters tall. I don't even know if like saber-tooth tigers were that big. Will this event stay in the game forever? I think as long as the game's up. It doesn't seem to have any kind of a time duration on it. I'm sure one day World of Warcraft won't be around anymore, but we might be a long time. What are we doing? We're going to Pandaria. That's what I wanted to do. big litter box. I was reading about how puppy dog eyes that dogs give you to try to beg for food are like an evolutionary trait that they've achieved because they noticed that they could scam food out of people if they look really, really cute. What are we doing? Pandaria, that's right. Remembering where you're going when you're going through a bunch of portals is one of the hardest things in this game, I swear. It's like walking into a room and trying to remember why you entered the room, but like 3 times over in rapid succession. Pandaria. Pandaria? This is Asuna, Oribos, Valdraken, Borealis, Wad, Pandaria. That's the one with the panda bear paw. Yeah, you can still do Rumble Land treasure hunting. Kitty Cat is going to be 10 this year. Going through thresholds does something to our brains. Yeah. It's hard. So there is one right here. There's also one in the Timeless Isle. Let's go for the one in the Valley of the Winds. Or so said the Discovery Channel in the early 2000s. Nah, totally a thing. Can't remember why I pick up my phone 80% of the time. Game needs sat-nav, put in where I want to go, set the course for me. Some games do that very well. Black Desert can have you set, like, pick a point, and then it can even have you, like, auto-run your character there. Or even if you're on a mount, it'll run you on the mount. The trouble is that if there's, like, you know, bandits or something, then you could be in trouble, but you can do it. Kitty Cat, are you a deity? I would build you a pyramid. A little cat pyramid. There's those little cat beds that look like pyramids that are just like little tents. You like the cat tents, but you're not big on new beds now. You like open beds that you can find. What if she became blind and now she can see into the cosmos? Because it sucks that you can't see anymore, and it makes me really sad. But it doesn't seem to be slowing you down any. This way. Question is, how far up and or down are we talking here? I guess we just start at the top and we'll work our way down. That's a lot of bushes. It might be farther down the cliff. Mount looks like a rattan chair that countless college roommates had. Slacker's mount. Yeah, I miss mops sometimes. I'd be happy to have something that I need to collect that I have to go look around for here. Well, it's not you. You know what I should do is I should check the comments for the Gilded Fan Valley of the Four Winds. No, 37. Pardon me, 56, 21. Pretty much exactly where I was. I wonder if it was at the top. It doesn't say that it was like underground or anything. I wonder if it's just hidden underneath bushes. I'm looking with my mouse. In the water? The fountain mouth. Ooh, okay. Oh. Oh! Hey, what a satchel to do for the 10th one. I have received item. Tobias's leash. I like how he just happens. He just appears in your inventory. Tobias. Oh yeah. And then he has a hat. That's excellent. Is Kira purring? Is that in game? Kira, kitty cat's purring, I think. As if anyone would find that without wow it. I mean, somebody must have. There were hints, I believe. They would like distribute hints to people, and then they would make their way out into the community. But yeah. Gift from the gods of Pandaria. So there must be another rumor achievement to get. What do you get for getting the last of them? Or is there no reason to get all 20? Because we only got half of them, right? What do you get for getting all of them? A mount. You sure? Because there's the only 2 mounts that I knew of were Patty, which I think was from like the main thing, and then the jump jets, which was a different thing. But I could be completely wrong. I haven't finished it. There is a mount for certain ones. Yeah. Neat. Well, anyway, I got the pet that I was looking for. That didn't take any time at all. That's it's only 10:40, and I did not do that in a very efficient way at all. Great. Okay. Let's go somewhere. Let's fix out our bags at least, because that put all kinds of garbage in our bags. Let's maybe open the rest of the satchels and post up anything that we can get rid of here. Epic PG. You need multiple people for the mount. Yeah, that's what people were saying. I haven't decided if I'm going to do it today, but I do want to do it eventually. Do I want to sell these? I'm just going to vendor the copper ones. I know they do sell, but like, for what? Rid of that. I don't want to hold an extra hero ring. I'm just going to get rid of that. What are those? Those are hero gloves. I think I might be holding on to some myth pieces that I can catalyze. Yeah, I've got a myth helmet that I've been meaning to catalyze for ages. Oh no, I should have catalyzed it before I used my socket item. I guess if I get another socket, it'll be fine. I'm sure I have more socket vaults ahead of me on my priest. Also, it's the end of the season. What do I need gear for anyway? Okay. Well, that helps. What now do I want to do? Oh, I know what I want to do. Pet journal. Gurgle. I don't have a Gurgle. Gurgle and the Bandit. Eye of Ashara. I'm going to wow head this because I don't remember the details. Because I didn't do it. Let's read. Gurgle and the Bandit. Find and battle the leader of the pet battle poachers. Questline. Here, I'll show you what I'm looking at. Questline starts in Legion Dalaran at Briani. Use Find a Spy in the marked areas. Follow the cat. Talk to some people. Fly to the non-instance place. Oh, so it's a whole little quest line. Cute. Okay. We're going to Legion Dalaran then. I wonder if my Hearthstone's back up. Devoured Waiter from Bastion. I do. If it didn't drop, then I bought it. I definitely bought the Gilded Waiter. The Devoured Waiter, yeah. For whatever reason, I named it Baby Blue. Kitty, you gonna walk on my keyboard again? So if I wanted to go to... Oh, it's up. Nice. Okay. I guess it's only a 20-minute cooldown. I remember being pretty annoyed by that questline. Each satchel is 250 gold. Oh, really? I didn't even notice. I didn't even notice that I was looting that. That's nice. That's 250 gold I get to keep. I do have 21k that I don't remember having before. Can you link this questline also? Yeah, here. I'll pop the Wowhead comment. Oh, Kitty, I'm trying to copy paste into chat. Oh, no, that's just the word comments. Kitty cat's head button, my copy paste in hand. Copy. Paste. Okay. Surprised I haven't done this. But indeed, it seems that I have not. I've just been walking by this entire time. They added this in Shadowlands. I just never did it. Pets Detective. You betcha. Alright, I may as well read quest text. I'm so glad you're here. I've been expecting a delivery of pet supplies and some new pets, but my distribution manager has not been reported in. Or has not reported in. I suspect foul play. There's been some shady people eyeballing my store for a while now. I haven't been able to leave the store and track them down. You can take my pet cat Fiona and find these well-hidden spies. So we're gonna use... Oh, there's the pet cat. And then we're looking for spies. Finished all the season 3 stuff already. I finished the things that I wanted to do more or less. I've yeah, I'm rotating on the collecting now. Oh, found somebody. The cat motions the revealed spy. Where did the kitty go? Oh, they're stealthed. The cat's out of the bag. Why are you spying on the shop? I was told to watch for more supply shipments. By some group. The Violet something. Messing with you isn't worth the silver they paid me. Other spies in southeastern Dalaran. Okay. No, I never do cutting edge. I do ahead of the curve. I've been doing 20s for portals. And that's what I did. And then I got I played around on a few else for a while too. Speed of the cheetah, go. Oh. A spy. I was just looking at the pet store. I want a pig. Edge of Dalaran. Okay. She was just window shopping. We're not mad at her. Hi there, kitty. I need to warn the pets. That's adorable. See, I thought this was just going to be another one of those, like, go loot a thing in a cave pets. I didn't know. Any spies? Any spies? Seems to be the right area. Oh, the season's something they'll build on in the future? Best in the last few X packs. Yeah, it's been really fun. I think they've really done well with raid design in the last 2 tiers of making the raids easier to understand without making them necessarily easy. They are challenging without being complicated, which is nice. There we go. Found him. This is suspicious. What are you spying on? Eye of Ashara. Visual clutter issues with grand effects still. This is true. This is true. I'd argue whether they're challenging or not. And you could. I have a feeling you could argue about a lot of stuff, though. Pets detective. Investigate the Eye of Ashar. I can empathize. When I was a kid, I was so, I don't know, contrarian or something that people told me that I should be a lawyer because then I would get to argue for a living. And then I grew up and I became a streamer, which is basically nothing at all like being a lawyer. Have you played Season of Discovery at all? A little bit, and then I almost got back into it. I leveled a gnome warlock to 10. Her name is Sharksy, but I seem to have fallen off of it once again. Yeah, you can argue with chat endlessly now. This is true. This is true. T-Swift doing the fireball thing when you first get to him is rude. I might just be twisted. I think that's hilarious. I mean, I've died to it a few times, but I think it's really funny because it always gets somebody that's AFK. How could you forget Birch? I think hardcore self-found is going to be more up my alley. I think that's gonna call to me a little bit more. You never argue with us, which is sad. You think so? That's sweet. I think I argue rather too much, and it's affecting my my general appeal. I think I'd be more likable if I could let more things go. Oh, we're going all the way to the far end of this thing. I've seen Nagura call her viewers idiots and I love her. Be as mean as you want. Alright. No more Madam Nice Hazel. Not for me. My bread turned out pretty good. I made a Tuscan bread in the bread machine from the recipe book. But I'm feeling the itch to start feeding a new starter. I think I might start my own starter. The trouble is, do I want to do... There's 2 different methods that I can do. One of them is to start like a traditional sourdough starter that you keep for like years. And the other one is to like, you make one batch of a thing and you use it over the course of 2 weeks, but you're not feeding it. You're just kind of like, it's changing in character over time. And I've never done that before, so I kind of want to try that first. But I also kind of want to, you know, like if I'm going to start a sourdough starter, it's going to be like a couple of weeks before it's ready to be making bread. It's also a lot of flour, but like, what is internet money for if not buying flour so that you can feed bacteria and yeast? I think you strike a perfect balance. Streamers need boundaries. Aw, shucks, Britt. It's a really tough thing to do, so I appreciate that. That means a lot to me. I have not actually watched Taliesin stream. I've heard that that it is occasionally a contentious place to be. I'm sure it's a fun environment if that's what you're looking for. Yeah, in a good way, exactly. Is your enjoyment in the game leveling up and farming collectibles? Not interested in Mythic Plus? I wouldn't say I'm not interested. I do things in waves. I won't do one thing forever. So I'll do keys for a couple of weeks, and I'll raid for a little while, and I'll do collectibles for a while, and I'll PvP for a little while, and then I'll level alts for a while, and then I'll kind of like rotate back around. I'm not like a MDI player or anything like that, but I definitely try to do my 20s every week. Or not every week, every season. Can you make an Indian-style sourdough flatbread? Or is that a non-starter? Oh, man. That's something. Oh, no, I've summoned Aelfalist. I forgot about Aelfalist. That's the kind of name that I would make. Look at all those extra vowels. Predictions in the final season dungeons. The 8 Dragonflight dungeons, I think. I think we're getting another crack at Algathar Academy, etc. Ruin my life pools. I think I've come to the understanding, though, that my stream... I might, like, eventually do things like update my intro or, like, get some new graphics or more emotes and whatever. But, like, the actual basic content of my stream is as good or as bad as it's ever going to be. This is pretty much what it is. So if I want to grow online, which is a genuine question, but if I want to grow online, I don't think it's going to be a matter... And nobody asked this, by the way. This is just something I was thinking about. I don't think it's going to be a matter of doing anything meaningfully different on stream. It would be a matter of either streaming more or, more realistically, putting out more content elsewhere and then doing the same stream that I always have done. Because it's, you know, this is pretty much what it's going to get. Might be the only person, but I loved life pools. I thought it was great when it was on Mythic 0. It's when it was on a Tyrannical 20 that I wasn't having as much fun. Got a Jade Defender pet from the Veil and the Zoth Assault. Very nice. Do you like the fact that Blizzard is starting to listen to the community more? Thought it was a big improvement. Yeah, I think that they've become more flexible about some things that they had previously held to very strongly, and I think the game is better for it, which I think is really cool. I think listening to the community is like kind of a big ask because the community is not always unified in their requests, and our requests are sometimes motivated by a variety of things, which can include the vicious cycle of outrage bait and content farming. Whoa. Turtle means business. So taking everything and filtering it and coming up with things that are actually good for the game is probably like a really difficult job, but they've been doing really well at it. I'm, at least to my perspective, but I'm also super easy. I always say don't take my advice on how the game should be because I'm happy with anything. I am very rarely disappointed, and when I am disappointed, it's not going to ruin my day. It's just I'm just disappointed. That's the end of it. It's not like a big catastrophic thing. I don't know what they would have to do for me to make one of those big, like, I'm quitting videos, but it would have to be, like, really bad. What if they made it really personal? They decided they didn't like me anymore, and they made, like, a big boss, and the boss's name is Hazelnutty, and it's, like, really ugly, and you fight the boss by, like, poking it full of holes and squishing it so its insides squirt out like goo. That would actually be remarkable. I don't even know if that would make me quit. I also don't see it as very likely. Can I just loot these things? No, I have to use the turtle. I need Speedy to help me. Renaming Asheville. Hey, Asheville was kind of cool. I mean, yeah, sure, she sprouted some big lobster claws, but it's a new Play-Doh found factory boss. Yeah, I'm not allowed to just loot that. I need the turtle, unfortunately. People begging to make the most challenging thing easier, given everyone, unsustainable. And I don't think that those are necessarily the places that they've been onboarding feedback about. I think they've been finding ways to kind of not make everybody happy, but like I don't think they're throwing everything away and just kind of like doing whatever the forums want. But they're also there's plenty of things like in Shadowlands and with the Covenant thing and the Ripcord, like that was an example of them sticking to their guns for a really long time when they probably could have put the guns down and moved on. I've lost Speedy the Fourth. /tar Speedy? I don't remember where he was. I'm gonna wow head and see if they can help me. The coast is clear. You need to be Speedy, loot at least one bag, and then you can fly and get them yourself. Does not seem to work anymore. You can still force this. Whoa, what? Place the Darkmoon Seesaw next to Speedy the Fourth, and then click on him to access his form, and then click the seesaw again. Alright, hang on. Where is Speedy the Fourth? Because I, like, lost him. South? Is he here? Because, like, there's lots of satchels, but I'm not allowed to. I have this pet and I remember none of this. I'm typing /tar Speedy to try to find him. Because I've forgotten where he is. And Wowhead might have that. Introduce a rule. All ranged DPS gone. DPS and heals must be in melee only. They just remove healing. They just decide the game would be better off without healers. And they're like, you know what? No more healing. DPS only. He is... Oh, he's on the southern tip of the island. He's outside of the quest marker. That's what confused me. He's like way down here. You were correct. Yeah, tanks can't self-heal. When I'm healing, I'm not healing the tanks usually. And then when a tank like needs heals and then dies, I usually look up like, wait, what happened? Why have you died? I know that I'm like 40 meters away on the other side of the room picking daisies, but like, you're not supposed to die. That's silly. Okay, let's try this cheese. Toy box. Okay, so we're gonna talk to Speedy. And then we're gonna get on the seesaw. And then we're gonna see if we're allowed to fly around or just loot them. We'll see if we did it. Ha-ha! Tee-hee-hee-hee. Clever use of game mechanics. Don't mind me. No more gnomes. The nice thing about WoW and difficulty is that there's enough different modes and also ranks to the modes that they can make sure that there is challenging content for people that want it without forcing it on the general population and making it like required. I think that you can't say the entire game is like super crazy easy, because I think we can agree that the Mythic Raid and also like, I don't know, any key past like a 23 is objectively, I guess objectively is hard, but like you can certainly find challenging content in the game. The argument that I think sometimes people are trying to make when they say that the game isn't challenging is they mean the game that they are currently accessing isn't challenging. But if you're just such a god gamer that like you're clearing, you know, you're cutting edge and you're full clearing Mythic Amirdrasil and you're like, this is too easy, then maybe you're right. But that is not the case for the vast majority of people. Apparently, Mythic Amirdrasil is one of the hardest like things that Mythic Raid's ever been, because WoW had an article about it, something about like one-shot raid mechanics and stuff. Not very forgiving. Pull like 105 of Mythic Smolderon, not even close. Gnomes and Goblin only servers. I would be so all over that. I would have a lot of fun if they did like challenge seasons in retail where they had like little goofy like rule sets like that. Like you must play a gnome or a goblin, or like what if they had like a season of druids and the only thing allowed on the server is druids, and there was something else that made that interesting in some way and not just boring. Okay, I can turn that quest in. I need to scoop the cat box real quick. Hang on. Okie dokie. HOF numbers apparently very low. Oh, Hall of Fame, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I think the game's fine. I've been having more fun in the recent seasons of Dragonflight than I like have in a long time. The game feels good. All the different things that I engage in feel very good to me. And the game, I've really enjoyed it feeling much more alt-friendly. I'm sorry. Excuse me? Have I not been paying enough attention? Hi, kitty cat. Can you come back up? I am very confused by that. When you were crafting thousands of files, what did the craft sim say average profit per craft was? Varies. I wouldn't do it for less than 10. And sometimes it was up to like 25. If it was just like 7 or 8, that's starting to get pretty... I mean, you know, you can craft 1,000, you can sell them, and you can get yourself like 8k gold, but at that point it's like, Alright, pets freed. I suppose I could get into like a damage spec. Or we could do this as holy. But these are going to be like actual level 70. You know what? We've got smite. What do you need actual damage buttons for? I can't tell if I do good damage because these mobs are just like not a ton of health, or if my item level is just like super powering my holy fire. I know holy priest can do damage. I don't usually end up doing it. But I think we're getting closer to the end of this questline. I should see what my pet charm stash is like. Maybe do a little bit of math on how much it would take to level the rest of my pets up to 25. I would like to have my collection all polished up. If you're bored of the travel time to the back of the PvP room, there's another NPC in the small room on the left. Yeah. It's like where the Primalist gear thing used to be. What activities we getting to do today? I am collecting pets. We did community rumor mill. Collected a bunch of satchels to get Tobias. Tobias, very cute. I am working on the Gurgle questline right now because I never did that. And we did a little bit of PvP at the very top of the stream just to keep chipping away at the vicious war moon beast. I don't remember much about Legion except for Aelthalis showing up, being like, I am here to help. She had a funny way of phrasing it. Oh, I need keys for this apparently. I didn't even realize they were dropping. And for a long time, whenever I showed up to something to assist with anything, I would, like, you know, pop into Discord and, I am here to help, and, like, nobody understood because none of them played Priest. So I think they my friends may think I'm just a little bit strange. I think they just don't worry about it anymore if I say something odd to reference to something or another. Also, sometimes, like, if you haven't heard a voice line in a long time, but you've been meaning it forever, when you finally hear the original, you've, like, contorted it, like it's evolved along its lifetime as a household meme. And then it, like, actually wasn't all that funny in the first place. We still did Gammon will save us in Legion. Does that go all the way back to Dalaran? Nope. Still in the Eye of Ashara. Game got really quiet. Why? Do I just have my sound turned down super low? Yeah, there we go. I like the tree in, is it the tree? Or maybe it's like the keepers in Everbloom where they go, no, he will awaken. And I do that usually when my time to get the puppy dog up from a nap. Or he awakens. This is just like, what? Hey, hi, how are you? Someone call? Defeat trainer Iris Greedway. Alright, I'm gonna wowhead the perfect team for this. Pizza Hut arrived. It's a good day. I'm gonna make, because it's like so chilly outside, I'm gonna make special food. Or just I'm gonna try and make sure I make hot food at least. I had some thought about curry, but I might do like a barley soup. Trainer Iris Greedway. Wow-pet guide. I want to rematch him for it, you know? Miscellaneous Gurgle. Not a terribly difficult fight. Man. Alright, I'll just use anything then. Stormborn Nexus. We can do that. That should take care of it. I guess we only have to do this fight once, so there's no sense in like setting up a rematch team in like a pet script string or anything like that. I get the T-Mog voice lines. Mount voice lines the Grommels say. Look! Browse! Smell! Alright. Missing one, missing two. Hornswoggle and Gurgle! There we go. We're keeping him. Razageth is going to live rent-free in my head for a long time. Oh, we're going to have to do Razageth again. We're going to have to do... What else was in Vault of the Incarnates? Raids. I've forgotten this raid. Taros, fine. Aranog, fine. Primal Council is kind of cool. One of our raiders was like, you know what I really am looking forward to is Dathia. And we were all like, really? I guess everybody has an opinion. Diurna. Diurna, if I had to pick a least favorite, it's got to be Diurna. That fight is so annoying to heal. It's just annoying. The frog on the council. Oh man, that was an achievement I was glad to have done with. I feel like we never finished. Oh no, maybe we did those achievements. We didn't do the first ones, or maybe I just missed them. I might have missed achievement day. Sad there's no frog to fish up in a Myrtlesail. Oh, but there is. Have you seen the Volcaros achievements? Frogs abound. I don't know if they're fished up actually. I don't know how they spawn, but they're certainly are swogs. And then we're going back to Dalaran. Giant horn you blow. Not a 5 billion HP frog then. He might have 3 billion HP. There's like a big one that like trolls you, and then a bunch of small ones that you have to get the boss to eat. Ta-da! I did it. That was pet 1708. Gurgle. Also pretty large. Also, I've been holding this Torch of Pirith toy for quite some time. Cute. Not even 1709, right? Hey, I'm up 2 pets today and 2 pets yesterday. That's pretty good for me. Can I hide promotion pets? I don't want to look at promo pets. I'm not getting them. I'm not about to... And also, there, yeah. So the Teardrop Moth is possible. Sir Snips is from honor level 400. Promo. BlizzCon 2005. BlizzCon 2011. Collector's Edition. Achievement that I refuse to do for some reason. I've been missing Micronacts for a long time. That's Recruit a Friend. That's BlizzCon. Recruit a Friend. Collector's Editions, BlizzCon, Horde version Blulu, which we're waiting on, and then the other one from the Zerla Caverns. Think Drakthir will be able to dragon ride race with no mount? That is a good question. I don't know. What do you look forward to most with dragon riding? I need to see which ones can. I looked at the list very briefly a while ago, but then I decided I was just gonna like wait for it to come out and then browse through my journal. I'm hoping that the Spell Tome can, but I have not got my hopes up super high. So where are all of my pet charms? Are they on my evoker? In her bank, perhaps? Best add-ons for pet battling is Rematch and Pet Battle Scripts. And then my favorite resource for looking up information and guides is WoW-Pet Guides. Here, there's that website there has everything. It'll have add-on lists, it'll have pet tier lists, it'll have everything you're looking for. She can port to Freehold, so she can just go home. Revalia, did you know that there is, not spelled exactly the same way, but there is a Squishmallow that is named Revalia that is like a disco zebra, and it's scented, and also I have one. Fun piece of Revalia trivia. That is the name of my Disco Zebra Squishmallow. What am I doing? Selling files? What is a Disco Zebra? You want to see it? Here, post those up. Here, I'll just grab it real quick. I don't even need to. Oh, kitty, careful. Sorry. I can't say careful. You're blind. I moved my chair. I'm sorry. There you go. You good? I'll be right back. Kitty. This is Disco Zebra. It's got a little purple. I guess I just call it Disco Zebra because she's like rainbows. She came out of a mystery pack, and she's perfumed, which is strange, but it is true. That is a Disco Zebra. I like that size. They're comfy for having as like a pillow in bed if you want to like keep your knees apart or like, I don't know, tuck in bed while you're reading a book. What am I doing? I was vendoring some stuff. Oh, I was going to check my bank for pet battle stones to see what the deal is with... I don't want these old trinkets. I was going to check my bank for pet battle stones to see if I can afford to do like big upgrades, or do I want to like try to grind them? What's the deal here? Because if I look at my pet collection... See, this only says 1706. I swear some of them are like character specific. It's very strange how that works. Let's enable rematch. I think that my qualities are pretty good. I think I got my pet qualities pretty much caught up. I'll have to take a look. Give steampunk vibes. So yeah, it says 1706 here. And it said, I swear it said 1708 before, but anyway. It's enough. It'll do. And if I go to filter and I say rarity, just 1, 2, 3 that I can upgrade. Because the non-battleable ones, like the Yulon Kite, you cannot, as far as I know, upgrade those rarities. If I look at my bank, I have, yeah, we have lots of... And I'm going to actually pull these because I'm going to send them to... Inksy to hold because she's the new main. I'm also going to pull our remaining pet upgrade stones and stuff here. I think I can get rid of the amulet because we have our Ashwing. We got our Wishwing Phoenix already. Okie dokie. So, of these pets, are any of you guys dragons or mechanicals or humanoids? I'm not that lucky, am I? You are a critter, you are a beast, you are a critter. So we can use the generic upgrade stones on those ones. Because I have a couple. Just handy and ready to go. I think you can use these things directly. Oops. Hopefully that didn't work. I'm just going to summon things for safety. And then... Do I have any dragonkin pets that need levels? Level without any 25s. I do. Okay, good. So, because I have apparently 190 dragonkin battle training stones. Let's go find a cute place to do this. Maybe up on like a nice bridge. Alright. Stormy, you're first. I don't know if I can do all of them, but I'm going to do my best. I think I should be able to do all of them because it's at least, at minimum, it's 1 stone per level. But when they're at low levels, because they give flat experience now, you get quite a bit more than that. Yeah, 8, 11. Yeah. They finally added enough dragon pets for me to make a dent on my dragonkin upgrades. Because for the longest time, there just weren't very many dragonkin pets. So the extra leveling stones would just stack up and stack up and stack up. I don't even know where most of these things are from. Who is Rithro? From whence did Rithro come? Who's to say? Don't remember. Got it somehow. Obsidian War Whelp. That was trading post, I'm pretty sure. I'm getting my pet score caught up. But then I'll need like armory and everything to update before it'll reflect on data for Azeroth. Am I doing everything in WoW? No. No, not even close. I am doing stuff though. I may not be doing everything, but I'm always doing something. Nelthera. Cute. I do need Time Rift mounts actually. I'm missing a couple of Time Rift mounts. Talandu. Oh, cute. I love the fairy dragons. Oh, was the Obsidian War Whelp from Time Rifts? Oh, what am I thinking of then? Was there one that was like it from Trading Post, or am I just making stuff up? You're right, that was Time Rifts. Jeweled Emerald Whelpling. Not even making a big dent in our Dragonkin stones, actually. Dragonflight's gonna end. I guess there's more pets coming out next week with the patch. Maybe that's why we gotta get our pet collection all polished up. Nice. Okay. Am I missing any... Are there any undead pets that are not fully leveled? Because I have some undead stones as well. Level without any 25s. No. Okay. So forget those. So now we want to go all families level without any 25s. Let's do high levels actually first. Let's do 15 to 24s. Because I can do these with, it's probably cheaper pet stone wise, especially for like the 23s, to just get like generic level upgrade stones. And do them that way. Spent so much gold this week trying to slowly make it back. Are you having any luck with the magpies? I know you mentioned that they weren't coming up. So there is a pet stone vendor, what, like over here-ish, I think? Deleting 1 billion dragon pet charms video. Imagine that became your YouTube niche. You would just level stuff up just to delete it. So you could do mystery bags and you would get at least 1 stone, but it's of a random family. Or you get a flawless stone for 3 charms. Let's get like 100 of these. 20. 40. 60. Because 80. Because some families I'm going to be out of luck with, but I have, at least at this point in my life, enough that this might be efficient for a little bit. And I want to see how far I can get leveling up all these uncollected pets, or unleveled pets, with random. Although, unfortunately, I'm going to have to click on a lot of these. But sometimes they contain doubles. Sometimes you get more than 1 stone. Let's see, the next rotation in 8 minutes. Okay. Wishing you luck. You know something you put off? Cobalt Assembly. I think I might have put it off so long that I don't have to do it anymore. Are there any pets or mounts that I'm missing from it? Are all these pet charms the ones from Shadowlands mission tables? Yeah. That is where this stash is from. This is my kind of gambling. So I think what we really want is lots of beast stones and lots of critter stones. The undead and the dragonkin ones are pretty much burns. Flying is good. I think aquatic is good too. Oh yeah, you can trade charms. That's right. You were talking to me about that. You can trade some of the family ones for the other ones. I'll have to look into that because I think that, especially with the dragonkin ones. If you're leveling a lot of pets, the random families must be more efficient. If you're looking to do it by individual stones. You could get 25 flat levels, but for 35 charms, and that's just for 1 pet. I mainly right now want to prioritize leveling pets that are midway with these stones. So like the 20 pluses. Can you make an open all button? This plan might not be good, but that's alright. It'll get us somewhere. It'll do us some amount of good. I've restocked my dragonkin stones. So out of 100 bags, we have ended up with some amount of undead and dragonkin stones, because I had those already. 16 human, 16 magic. Actually, hang on, I wanna do a little math quick. So 32, and then another 12, 18, 23, 25. So I got 110 stones, not counting undead and mechanical, or undead and dragonkin. And each bag was one charm cheaper than. So yeah, you get enough doubles to help anyway. Okay, and now let's see. Are any of you guys levels to mid-level? Are any of you guys humanoids? Yes, Ysirgl. Ysirgl can use the humanoid stones. Because I don't want to use stones in level 1s unless I have nothing else to use them on, because those I'm probably going to hit with the purple stones, but we'll see. Are any of you guys... Obviously not dragonkin. Flying. We have 13 flying stones. Yeah, and we've got a bunch of like almost leveled flyers, so... Frankie takes 2. Blue Dasher takes 2. Ebonwing Moth. This is so satisfying. Hollow Moth. Lithden Gale. Oh, we're gonna be so close. We're gonna be one off White Whisker. I'll buy like 1 generic stone. And then Yellowbon. Here, let's just buy like a stack of 10 of those just to kind of have on hand for now. The generic ones. Okay. And then filter. Any undeads? No. Critters, I'm sure there's loads of. I only have 10 critter stones. Oh, I don't actually have so many. I only have 3 critter pets in that range that aren't leveled. Okay. It's not too bad. Sap Nibbler. And then the Dream Badger is almost done as well. Did I do my world tour? My world tour of what? Using Gloopy in the pet battle tournament. Hope you're staying warm in the BC cold snap. Thank you. I hope you are warm wherever you are. After stream, I'm gonna check on my hummingbird feeder and see if it's like got nectar sickles since I put it out this morning. It's like on a somewhat sheltered side of the building, so it might be okay. I put a sock on it. 18, 21, so 4 of these would top Mitzi. Oh, my world tour of digging up piles of dirt. Yes. We didn't get all 20, but we didn't need all 20. Apparently 10 is enough to do it. Okay, pet families, magic. Doom Rubble! Doom Rubble. He's rubble with doom. He is a magic pet. We've got lots of stones we can sort him out with. Fraser Valley walked home from uni at a crisp negative 17. Oh! Thoughts and prayers for your fingers, your toes. Pet elementals? Indeed. Slab wing? Oh, that one's pretty big. Deep Ridger. Jarlsberg. And then Chip. Got Mitzi to 25 by battling yesterday. Oh. She's so cute, man. It may not be Christmas time anymore, but it's always Mitzi season. And then I don't know if this is thrilling to watch, but it feels amazing to do. Okay, we got loads of beasts. We only got 12 stones, so I'm going to prioritize the 23s. Maybe even the 24s. Because beasts are just really common. There's a level 24 grassland stomper. The rest of these are 23s. Floof Talon! Kids up here go outside to play in school until -10 Fahrenheit. Oh. Must have like good layers, right? Good outerwear. At some point it's just cold, doesn't matter how much colder it gets. And then we're gonna need another give me another batch of the generic ones. Actually, no. Maybe, but I wanna do the trading. And I think the trading is gonna be helpful for this. Hang on. Slumbertooth. You can have the last beast stone. We'll come back to this. Aquatics we can, I think, do. We have 13 stones. So there's a chalk shell turtle. Calgary's -49 with wind chill. That hurts to breathe. Warmed up today, only -35 here now. Holy moly. Polyswag. And then we have enough to finish off the Terror Jelly. I must have not caught up since like the end of Shadowlands, because that's a Shadowlands pet. Any mechanicals? Oh yeah, Alvin the Anvil. Alvin the Anvil definitely needs some upgrade stones. And then there are a few more, yeah, like level 1s. Could get you pretty far. Just to use the rest of these. Because at some point I'm going to start buying... At some point I'm going to start buying the main upgrade stones. But I just want to really make sure I use these family-specific ones if I can. Still no magpies. Oh. Leave diesels running when they go to the store here. Mm-hmm. Calibri's done? Yeah, level 25. Okay. Humanoids? Oh yeah. Gurgle, that's right. And then lots of elementals. Yeah, we're gonna need a lot of upgrades here. I want to recoup the 1.4 mil I spent. I did not implement the sub goal, no. I thought about it and then I chickened out. It just seems so frivolous. Okay. So I want to pop by Stormwind. And take a look at the vendor over there. I'm also curious if I have extra battle stones like littered around my other characters, but I'm not curious enough to like log into all of them to find out. What is Twitch if not frivolous? This is a good point. You're onto something. Coldest I felt was -38 Fahrenheit. It's like, nope, went right back inside. It's a good idea. I wasn't out for very long today, and I wasn't really having it. I'm gonna put my warm socks on for the afternoon walk. Yeah, Shadowlands tables still give pet charms in the same amounts. You could absolutely still have a bunch of characters out there that you just TLDR mission for pet charms and even anima. But I just want to really make sure I use these family-specific ones if I can. Still no magpies. Oh. Leave diesels running when they go to the store here. Mm-hmm. My priest, my old human priest, is still set up with it, but she's parked outside of Freehold right now, and I don't have the heart to move her. Tips on getting started with battle pets. All of my favorite guides for that kind of thing are all on Zufu's pet guides. They have guides for all of it. They could explain it much better than I could. Where am I going? I was looking for here. Yeah. I'm interested in trading stones. Oh, you can trade these ones. I wanted to train level stones. Oh well. Okay, well I can still dragonkin stones. So it's a 3-to-1 ratio to get flawless from a specific family type. And I don't need them right now, but I might need them eventually. Especially for stuff like humanoid. It's not often you get a humanoid pet that needs an upgrade. And then maybe I'll do like one mechanical one, yeah. I thought I could trade like these dragonkin stones and stuff. Oh well. Failing that. Take me back to like... I want to do this in Borealis. I want to go to Borealis. Borealis is fun. Remember TLDR missions? Yeah, and it was life-changing too. You've inspired me to make a gnome alt, a gnome mage named Blinksy. That is a perfect name for a gnome mage. Holy moly. Keep changing my evoker's appearance. It's so hard to choose. Ever since my evoker became an alt, I've like stopped mocking her very often. She's in her outfit and that's pretty much where she lives. We'll have like a gnome mage named Hydronzo. I'm going to Borealis. Just because the pet shop's cute out there. Isn't that most of your alts? True. But my main I will typically mog change pretty often. It's just alts that like they'll have like a signature outfit. The trick is remembering where the pet shop is. I want to say here. Not that there's any reason to go here instead of like Dalaran or anywhere else. It's just, I don't know. It's cute here. I love Borealis. I never go here. I wanted to go shopping at what is it? Rough Waters? Yeah, there it is. How could you resist? So the new question becomes, of my pets, of all families, how many? We have 64 that are in the 1 to 7 range. So I'm gonna buy. I want 64 of these. So let's go 20. And that's 700 charms for 20. 20, 40, 60, 4. And this should catch up. No, we have to summon them. Like the bulk of my level 1s. It is a great city. Because we already don't have any duplicates. I'm just going to double check that real quick. I don't think I have any duplicates. 2+ copies. No. So we have no dupes. We have only individuals, singles. There's nothing wrong with having dupes. I like the feel of my collection when it's one of each. It just kind of makes it make more sense in my brain. Just hit 70 my Orc Warrior. 2 new 70s in one day. You're on a roll. Buttercup! Buttercup! I don't know if Buttercup was beloved as a fill the bar reward, but I love Buttercup. There you go. Crush hoof. So that made a dent in my pet charms for sure. 1400, 2100. We dropped a couple stacks of pet charms doing this, but it saves a lot of time. It's a lot faster than mashing at pet battles, that's for sure. The question though is, will I ever run out of polished pet charms? And if so, what am I gonna do? Like set up the Shadowlands mission tables again? I guess I could. That's when we finally start reviving characters, is just to leave them there and run TLDR missions. That's not a bad idea. But the alt purge, if it's not permanent, then what is it? Ivy is large. Jeepers. Juniper. Kablooey. How do you choose which pet to keep when you have duplicates? Random, to be honest. There's an argument to be made for keeping the faster one if you have two different breeds, but it only matters in fairly specific circumstances that for a lot of these pets will never see a pet battle, so it doesn't really matter. I just keep any breed at all, and then in the event that like me having that pet in the quote-unquote wrong breed is a specific problem, I will then go seek out the correct breed, but in 10 years of playing, it's only happened, like, once. It's almost never important. If you revive characters, I win, so keep that in mind. What if we level new alts with the intention of parking them in the Shadowlands and having them be Shadowlands mission table maids? It's the pet charm... I mean, I could even do it on a different realm. It could be the pet charm alt grinding realm. Never in my life seen so many pet charms. Blow it away. I salute you and your bloodline. Oh, shucks. It's just a byproduct of having a lot of characters at the end of Shadowlands with mission tables set up. Princess Vorkastraza. Oh, she has a crown. Did we know that Princess Vorkastraza had a crown? This is news to me. Anima to get the command table set up? Ah, yes, but you can get anima from your command tables. Oh. I mean, you would need more anima to get them set up initially. But yeah. My pet score is going to be unstoppable. Roland? Oh, there's Roland. Sure. Thanks. I forgot. I forgot he could teach me cooking recipes. Sergeant Quackers! I just got him last night. I'm in love. I need Roland. Where did you get him? He is from an achievement, I think. It had to do with rats and cheese. You bought a bunch of cheese. This isn't much of a guide. Let me see if I can pull up a page for it. It was pretty fun. It was a good one. Wowhead Roland. The Gift of Cheese is the name of the achievement. Gift of Cheese is an excellent gift. You don't need to mess around with the recipe rat in the vaults. It's not from the Scara vaults. It's related. It's like this. It's like the same NPC, but you don't need to worry about the vaults. I don't think. It's an achievement. Because, yeah, I never figured out the recipe right at the time. Where'd you get your wig? This one's from Amazon. I gave a friend a wheel of cheese for Christmas last year. She was not impressed. Does she not like cheese? Is she lactose intolerant? Because that would be a bit of a miss. Like 40 pounds of cheese. Could you freeze the cheese? We used to freeze cheese. I don't remember this. It must be from the War Within pre-order. It looks like... I don't remember Squally at all. That's true. Freezer space is at a premium. Trippy. The Salamanther that I paid all my trader's tender for. Yeah, very good, very good. And then, hang on, Tobias must be our finale. Ooh. Love. That's so cute, man. Alright, so now we want to look and see any no 25s. We have 28 pets left that are kind of in between. Hang on. Collected. There are 10 pets that are in between there. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11 and 6, 17, 18, 19. And another 6 is 25. And then whatever we're going to do here. But we can always use more later. So give me 40 of these. And then we'll have like a surplus. Cario Gaming, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Love your YouTube content. Why, thank you. I'm flattered. That's me. I'm a YouTuber. It's true. Technically. 13, 15. I wonder how many I'm going to have left over. I kind of squinty-eyed this math. It's going to feel so good to have the whole collection upgraded, though. Speaking of YouTube. Yes. Frack. You know, for 2 days straight, I've had, like, a goal of sit down and just look at it, and for 2 days straight, I have failed that goal. Killbot 9000. Checking in on the Season 4 votes. So far, the look and season bonus I wanted are winning. But I've been doing other stuff. Not that that other stuff has been getting me any closer to getting Frack done, but my logic is that if I can do other things that improve my general mental stability and overall well-being, that eventually I might be able to break apart whatever kind of a freak block I have about making YouTube videos. Either that or pick it apart in some good old-fashioned therapy. But I got some more exercise. I did some more home cooking. I vacuumed my whole place yesterday. You wouldn't believe the amount of hair that comes off the floor with a dog that sheds like Moosey. I'm sure it's not the sheddiest dog of all of the people in chat. I'm sure one of you has like some kind of Samoyed on steroids that just like fills your house with wool. But Moosey does shed. He makes what I call Moosey bunnies, which is dust bunnies, except that they appear after 2 days and they are enormous. Okay, so we got like 13 extra of those. And now, all of my collected pets should be level 25. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, man. What time is it? Oh, it's 12 to noon already. I did say I would hang out for a little longer, though, so let's find something else to do for a hot minute. I want to put these charms into... I want to send this all to my, to Inksy, actually, so that she can keep it in her bank, because she's the main now. I call them tumble furs. I have 2 main cocoons that fill the house with hair. You excited for the 16th? Yeah! It'll be cool having some new stuff to poke around with. I don't think there's anything on the list that's like life-changing for me, but it'll be neat to have some Twitch drops and some new quests to do. Some new pets to collect, at least. Azerothian archives, that kind of thing. Maybe some mounts. And now that my pet collection is all polished up, they can add some more stuff, and then I can be behind again. I want to send to Ixie, my main. All those. And then these. You guys have made me remember that I want to run Shadowlands mission tables, at least on Hazeline, at a minimum. So let's take a look at that. Haven't got a new pet in a while. I don't have the honor level 400 pet. What was I going to do? I was going to take her away from Freehold, because I can always fly her back out there. Does anyone have a specific local term for dust bunnies? I once read there's a ton of terms for that phenomenon. Huh. I've always just heard dust bunnies. They are dust kitties in Hungarian. Although I have been saying moosey bunnies. Elysian Halt. Ooh, maybe I should do, maybe I should take my characters that aren't currently parked out of Freehold and do a little Tumas Sargeras LFR run. A little abyss worm. Poke, poke. Dust kitties. Now I won't sweep. See, look, we got 24 polished pet charms, and what did I do? I did nothing. I did nothing. And now I've sent out, I'm gonna get another 21 polished pet charms. For nothing. I mean, I'm almost out of anima, but it's okay, because we get anima from doing these things. I can go pop my crypto blooms. My mature crypt blooms, pardon me, into my covenant hall here. Wool mice is a term in German. Dust rats in Swedish. Do you want to see your mug? I was just thinking about how this cloak, which is apparently called... Oh no, it's just the Obsidian Gladiator's cloak. It's not even mogged. Why is she wearing a PvP cloak? What happened? Anyway, this cloak is one of the only cloak models that I would like mog on purpose, despite the fact that apparently it's not mogged. Because it's like so, I just love the, it's like dragonfly wings. Reason you never released a Frack video guide. Chronic procrastination is the reason. I have problems. I love the shoulders. Those are pre-season 2 tier. I think they're winning in the poll. House moss, another super local term for it in the US. That's cool. Don't have the anime scarf looking thing? I wouldn't know. Okay, so we're gonna turn that one off. And I was gonna do a little... her hat's so cute. Her little, Legion. Tumas Sargeras. I do still have TLDR installed. We just used it. You sent over account-bound PvP gear tokens that you bought with leftover conquest. Those words sound plausible. I have no memory of that event, but that sounds like something I would have done. So my lockouts. Oh yeah. Yeah, my two LFR lockouts expired. We can go try it again. Get into Shadow Spec. Didn't know you were streaming? Hi Hazel. What's up, Jans? Yeah, I have a variety of priests. I've played a different one in I was a human priest in Shadowlands. I also have an undead priest and do I have another one? That might be it. I used to have more. I should have more. I should make more of them. They're just not very fast at running through places. If I was going to make characters to like farm Mogon, priest is not the move. Can you please send me to the gates of hell? Thank you. I do have my rainbow bubble. Blue Roundup was posted. No more big news. No more news from Big Blizz this week. I'm going to have to do my news recap today. Make a cup of tea and poke through the headlines and see what happened this week. I know we've got a patch week next week. We was to make all speed druids, which is sad and boring. Yeah. Well, I mean, it being sad and boring might be a reason why it's not the move. I like farming on a variety of characters. Even if they're not all... Like, I want, like, one speed druid so that I can go real fast. And then it's possible that I get really addicted to playing that, and then I just farm, like, a lot of instances on that one character instead of farming one instance many times. But if I decide that I want to, like, try to, like, throttle one instance until it gives up everything it's got, then I might use, like, a bunch of characters, even if they're not all druids. Can't wait for you to tell me what happened. Oh, surprises, certainly. Bonsai Dragon was this week. It was. That's true. I think that's the first time I've heard it called a Bonsai Dragon. I like that. What's going to be the Chinese New Year Drake mount? I think that is the Chinese New Year mount. Because it's the year of the... It's the wooden themed year of the dragon. I think that's it. It's just not a dragon ride, or it's not a... It does dragon ride, actually. Yeah. Year of the Leafy Dragon. Mm-hmm. What was I trying to say? It's not a skin for our existing drakes. It's like its own mount, but it does dragon ride. I can't believe I still need priest gloves off of that guy. Yeah, you need a... You can buy it on the shop directly if you don't want to do a whole 6-month or 12-month sub for standard shop mount price. But it is included with a 6-month or 12-month sub. How are you in LFR Adult Expansion? You can queue up at NPCs. There is an NPC for each old expansion LFR, all the way up to Shadowlands, that will let you just queue up and enter solo for any of the wings. It's awesome for farming Mog or for anything that drops out of LFR, like the... I'm here for a mount that can drop in LFR. Yeah, the pets for Wrath Classic, I was kind of bummed out. I didn't look at the graphic closely enough, and I got excited, and then I was disappointed. No luck. No luck on that one. Got that mount from LFR and Legion when it was current. I feel like a lot of people did. It seems like it shouldn't be that rare of a mount, but it's really sticking me. But I don't really mind because it's such an easy farm. It's so casual to just kind of like wander over here and queue up. I'm happy about that. Alright, who else can do it? Anytime we have a mount off, now I know what to do. That would work. There's a few other ones that are pretty straightforward that I also am missing. I'm gonna stick all this stuff in my bank. Almost bought a 12-month sub today. Spending that much in one go makes my eyeballs bleed. Yeah, if there's any chance at all that you would take a break from WoW, then it becomes not worthwhile pretty quickly. I thought that was a battle training stone, but it's not. It's my incandescent essence. Think I might adopt a cat today. That's exciting. Took a break when BG3 came out. 6-month sub side-eyed me. This one? No, not that one. No, 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 don't play to these. Alright, newsflash to me. Moving does not cancel your cast of a sagacious incense. Fun fact. It's like, what, 70 gold I'm never gonna get back? 26? Did they fall? They were like close to 100 last time I looked. Ah, it's only a 2-star incense. Oh no, that's fine though because of the way that they work. That's right. Just pretend the game doesn't cost money per month. Yeah, I try not to think about it. Pizza Hut. Back to work. Have a great rest of your stream. Thanks, Chance. Have a good day at work. It's 2 people in chat talking about adopting kitties. It's a good day for the kitty cats. Mine's still on my lap. She is still passed out. Cozy on the knees. I'm wearing some like fleece-lined sweatpants that have like really thick fleece, and I think they're quite warm and squishy as a cat bed. They are warm. I still manage to get cold legs. I feel like if I really, for my afternoon walk, I might be even more extra and put a pair of long underwear or like leggings on underneath them. But that's only because it's like freakishly cold out here for around here. And also I'm a big baby and I like being warm and toasty and cozy. So I have no problems with wearing as many clothes as I need to achieve that end. Negative 31 Celsius here today. Oh, man. Big parts of the world are getting, like, crazy cold snaps. Katie, I think any kitty would be really so lucky to have you and to come home with you. Try and keep my cold air to myself. If you could just hold it in up there. You just stand to the south of your home and then face north and then go and just blow it all back where it belongs. Am I right? Why is it called a cold snap? I always figured, and I don't know, if I was guessing, which I always am, I always figured it was just because it becomes cold very quickly, like it drops very rapidly in like a snap, as opposed to like a cold slow decline in which, you know, like the season temperatures decline slowly over a long period of time. It's a snap. It's like, you know, it was warm and then all of a sudden the temperature just boom. It's funny when you're outside for a walk and you can like feel the temperature just like nosediving. It's so warm this winter in Toronto, struggling to take climate change. Someone earlier said they got the infinite time river and called your stream good luck. It's just on the phone with my parents, clicking a random spell here and there and got it too. Your stream really is good luck. Listen, I'll take that designation. Congratulations. I think the time river might be easier to get now with time walking raids and stuff than it once was, but I could do a lot worse than a reputation for good luck. Why don't I have it? It's a great question. You probably just need to spend more time in stream. Anchorage getting record-breaking snow. Juneau hardly has any. Did you know that all the trash before Kill Jaden wraps up a loose end from vanilla? I didn't know that. That's kind of cool. I was bizarrely sentimental about last night. I was doing the Memories of Teldrassil achievement in Raid. Any look? No. Where you bring wisps to the Farak thing, and then you heal them as they go to Amirdrassil. And the NPCs, the named NPCs, are old NPCs that used to be in Dalaran. There's like the cooking supplies vendor, there's like the priest trainer, and I recognize a few of the names from having played Classic. And I, you know, I don't normally get smooshy about these sorts of things, but it got me a little bit. Especially because I was healing them, because I was playing priest. Should we try one more? Barnacles, yeah. Because he's in Valdrakken. Just looted the Felsteel Annihilator. Congratulations! That's incredible. That's a farm. It feels so good to not have to do that first boss of that raid anymore. Oh, whenever you're done with it. HFC is a something. So I was going to dollar on that's right. Barnacles. The Forest Lord. Joyous transmog a lot. I thank you. Me too. I love his forearm feathers. I think they're magnificent. He looks like he could almost take off if he just like flapped his arms a bunch. He's nearly in Moonkin form and he's not even in Moonkin form. Is Moonkin fun to play? That's like a personal question everybody has to ask for themselves on the inside. I don't like it at all, but I'm not a fair assessment. I've never liked Moonkin. I've got some kind of a weird grudge against it for no reason. Gates of Hell. Hi, sweetie pie. Alright, last chance of the day. Got the Mythic Garrosh map before Tusks? Oh, I can dream our Tusks. Apparently Moonkin and the Disc Priest are druids. I just could never make it work. I want to like it because it's like a caster spec. You know? It's got to transform just like Shadow Priest does, so it shouldn't really bother me that much. I don't mind the cosmetics of the form, really, especially now with the new Moonkin forms. Like, I think he looks awesome. I just can never really get meaningful amounts of damage out of it. I'm not even trying to parse. I was just trying to quest. I was in decent gear in Amirdrasil. Was I in decent gear? I felt like I was in decent gear. And I was just trying to kill, like, a mob. And I was just struggling so hard. I had to have Flabby log on as Demon Hunter and come kill quest mobs for me to get myself through the campaign because it was taking me so long to kill them. And it's not that Boomkin is bad. It's just that I'm bad at it. That's the trouble. I love Booming. Yeah, I'm glad there are people that do. Quest and Resto, so I have an excuse for poor Moonkin DPS. Yeah, I also kind of get annoyed at having to press the spell that you don't want to empower the spell that you do want. Especially when it's like a super long cast time. Changing the Shadowlands Covenant ability visual animations next week. I haven't seen any of the new ones yet. That'll be kind of exciting. Stay toasty. My feet are nice and warm. This heating pad is doing work. I'm really surprised the cat's on my lap and not on my feet where the electricity is. There's still zone drops I need from here, apparently. Buies. I guess there's not that much trash in the swing, so you don't have a ton of opportunities to just pick something up by accident. New Phalanx gonna take some getting used to. It's cool, but it's so different. Are the antlers in the way? It's been on my chest for way too long. Maybe. He has such wide antlers. You could dry laundry on these things. You could keep a bunch of gloves and get them all dry before you have to head back outside. Any luck? No. Not that time. Yeah, well. We tried. We gave it a good shot. Second, I thought you were talking about Moose's ears. You would be able to dry laundry in those if they were stiffer. They're very floppy. They'll fold right over at the slightest provocation. They're still enormous. Whenever he puts one all the way up to like really listen for something, he looks so silly. Alrighty. It is time for me to turn this off and then come back tomorrow morning for another stream. I appreciate your company very much. Thank you for joining me. Stay warm out there. I mean it. Layers. And have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.